Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another fun-filled edition of WrestleZone Unfiltered. I believe I didn't even look. I think we're on episode 42 or 43. I got to look for prosperity purposes. So when we get to 50, we can do something. With me, as always, Canada's greatest export. Paul, how you doing tonight, brother?
Oh, I am cold. It is like, I know that sounds like a joke because I'm a Canadian, but it is actually freezing. Knuckles, like you try to open anything with your knuckles, frozen.
What's the temperature there?
You know what? I didn't even check. Probably like minus 16 today.
Ooh,
like
no.
Today is particularly bad.
Well, honestly, I don't like the cold. I don't like the extreme heat, but just pick one. And that's our issue around here. Like the last couple of days, last 3 or 4 days, it's been, close to 70, like in the low to mid 60s. And then today the high was 37. I got home and I got me a new little toy. I'm trying to clean up some of the not falling over, but there's some trees in the back that have branches that smack me in the head when I'm trying to cut the grass. And I've been, so I ordered me a nice little pole saw from Amazon, and I went out there to do some more of that today. And I was like, damn, it's a little chilly out here today. Caught by your hand because my hands were a little cold from the shaking and the saw, but yeah.
I just checked the weather network. It says feels like negative 25. I don't know that
You
Fahrenheit.
can eat that shit. No,
but
sir.
That is 25 degrees under the point of freezing, just so everybody's.
Nope. You got snow on the ground or?
Oh, it's a good amount of snow, but it's too cold to make use of it. Because as soon as you go out to snowboard or anything, you're like, oh, it's in my bones. Nope. Oh, I'm frozen. No, let's not do this.
Well, we've had actually a lot going on in professional wrestling this week.
Did we? Do we?
Well, I mean, kind of, sort of, yeah. I mean, maybe.
Well, let's start at the top then. What do you have?
Well, I mean, we'll just go real quick because I don't want to I don't want to spend too much time on this one because I just don't care that much. It's their own damn fault. But the Royal Rumble venue is not ready. They were building that big new stadium to host the Rumble in Saudi, and that's where they were going to also host WrestleMania in a couple of years, whenever the hell it goes over there. And it's just not ready. And every other, it wouldn't be that big a deal, but the other places that they've used in Saudi before are booked that weekend. Mm-hmm. So, will they get it finished? Will they figure out something else over there? Will they have to bring it back to the States and scramble the last week and a half to sell tickets? I mean,
I remember my geography correctly. It's not a big country, like in land size. So it's not like Japan compared to Saudi Arabia, if I'm remembering correctly, is massive compared. Well, I might be confusing it, but.
Well, I don't know how big it is. You take the government out of the equation. I guess shit, you can say that just about everywhere, but you take the government out of the equation. It's Saudi.
Huge. Never mind. It's massive. Yeah. Well, I was just thinking, like, how many stadiums do you really have in a country? But
I mean, the pictures and stuff they show over there, it looks absolutely gorgeous. I mean, the nightlife, the beaches. I mean, but can you go over there and keep your head? I mean, who knows? But. So we'll see. Will they be able to pull it off in Saudi? Will they find another venue? Will they have to bring it back to the States with their tail tucked between their legs?
We'll this just wrestling media just going, we need a story?
Oh man, well shit, that's
it could, like, I'm not saying it is, I'm just saying, you never know.
Oh no, I agree with you. That's what I'm saying. That's every other day. I had a buddy of mine call me, he's like, did you hear about this? I'm like, man, stop reading that shit.
Well, to go into another topic, we can use this as a segue because everybody's talking about Hobbs potentially leaving AEW. And I know there's a lot of speculation about it, but there's a part of me that just goes, I'll believe it when I see it, because we just had this about Jericho. Like, I'm not saying it's not going to happen. I'm just saying I'll believe it the moment I see it.
And I completely agree with you, but I'll tell you where I'm at on it. Mm-hmm. If it is true, this goes back to where, to me, Tony Khan has not been ready for this for a while. Now, Chris Jericho, he lost. He lost the ROH belt to Bandito. That's the last time you saw him on TV.
Chris is an aging talent. Yeah. He's a legend. It's different.
If it's true. Well, and we'll find out Saturday night, to be honest with you, unless they taped it.
No, that's
because they advertised last night. Hangman cut a promo telling Joe he was going to take everything from him, blah 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 blah. And toward the end of the night, they had a fatal 4-way to determine FTR's next challengers. And Jet Speed was one of those teams. Of course, they did not win, and they're in the back. They're kind of, boo-boo face, and that girl's Lexi Nair, I think, is the one interviewing him, and Swerve walked up to Kevin Knight, talking about you're the future, man, and I'm going to get you down, blah blah blah. And then Hangman walked up and told him, hey, we remember when we did tagged up last year and beat whoever I think it was Callus. I don't care, nor here nor there. But he's like, well, he goes, I told Joe tonight I'm taking everything from him, and it starts with those trios titles. He goes, we got a trios title match Saturday on Collision. And, they had mentioned that Hook was still hurt from wherever he got beat up at the last time by, Swerve and Hangman, I guess from last week when they did the tag match, that Tornado, no DQ, lights out, whatever they called it, match last week. And Hobbs actually took that was a nasty finish he took. We talked about that because I told you I did not want to rewind it because it looked so good. I didn't want to see him protect himself. Because it was the dead eye, but on those that they had laid out the sheet of concrete blocks, cinder blocks, and Hangman had him in the dead eye position, and Swerve come off with the Swerve stomp, simultaneously, and it was good timing on that one because it looked like his head smacked right into those cinder blocks, and I'm like, should I? No, never mind. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. Let's just keep rolling. So if it's true, then I guess we'll see Hook Saturday night instead of Hobbs, because the story I saw was it wasn't that he just didn't renew his contract. And, it's been circulating for a while that WWE had interest in him. And, I'll say the same thing about him that I said about Jade Cargill. He looks WWE. That's, the body size, the type, they like that look. So I can completely see them, going, hey, y'all let us know when his contract is up.
And it's like, yes, there's certain degrees of this where it's like, WWE has interest. Well, any company that size should have interest in potential talent. It'd be silly for them to, look, they picked up Tama Tonga and stuff like that. Like, you have to be open-minded. Not saying that was a good choice, but you have to be open-minded to different things. But I feel like there's a bit of well, of course they would go to the Fed going around. And it's like, this could be a story for AEW, one of those work shoots. It's like,
he could.
I don't know. I don't trust it.
Yeah, we've roundabout had this conversation before, and even some of the veterans that are there, but like Kenny, like the Bucks, but especially the younger talent, when they fell in love with this, because AEW is not doing that NIL bullshit the way WWE is doing it now, and when they fell in love with this and started to want to do it. AEW wasn't a thing yet. It wasn't being talked about. And, I'm glad it's here. It gives the guys and girls another place to make good money that gets them on TV. But they had aspirations and dreams of WrestleMania. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's not saying they're better. That's not saying they're worse. It's just that's who's been around for, umpteen years. We looked it up last week, how long they'd been in business. And WrestleMania is it's the mecca of what, the performers have always strived for in their wrestling career, since they got into it. So, if he goes and that's what he wants to do, I wish him luck. If he stays, I wish him luck too. I've been saying since the Hurt Syndicate showed up that I really thought they should have put him with them. I thought it could have done a lot to elevate his career. I do not think the Ops has done much for his career, but that's just my opinion.
I think the Ops is better for him in reality than in kayfabe. Because he's with Joe, he's with Shibata. These are great teachers. These are honestly two of the greatest. But does that pay off on screen in the same way? Does he get that same rub? And what's kind of bugging me is they've had Hobbs forever, and they get Kevin Knight, and they're like, well, Kevin Knight's the future. And part of me is like, yeah, but so is Hobbs, and you've had him forever. And they'd be a good pairing, not as a tag team, but people to kind of have near each other. because Kevin Knight's just this little guy that can bounce around, and Hobbs is just this massive dude, and maybe there's something there,
Not that I think it's going to happen, but I could potentially see with the little promo they had going on last night before Hangman showed up, one of them turning on the other. Now I think it'll be Kevin Knight if one of them turns, because he was the one with the really bad boo face.
And I think Kevin Knight has a little more in that direction than
personality.
Speedball.
Speedball has no personality.
He's just got that like RVD kind of personality where he's like, yeah, cool, fun, yeah, wrestler. But Kevin Knight is the one where you go, that's the guy that we can move around. Because I saw him in CMML and he was a heel. And it was weird because he was backing up John Moxley, and that's not in any kayfabe I know right now, but that's different. And it's like a different universe. But
if I had been booking, this is what I would have done. I don't even remember where he was when the Hurt Syndicate showed up, but I'd have let them, have their 3-4 week, the three of them, and then somehow, some way, I would have put Hobbs with them. And I Bobby Lashley, whether you like him or not, because he came from WWE, I would have put the world title on Bobby, and had Shelton and Hobbs as the tag champions. But the way I would have told the story was, yeah, Shelton's a great athlete. He's a better athlete than Hobbs, but Hobbs is much bigger, stronger, and it just shows in the match. Shelton's age starts to show, and Hobbs is carrying the team, and they finally lose the tag titles because Shelton took the loss. He says something smart about Shelton taking the loss. Bobby kind of steps in and says, whoa, big man. And Hobbs kind of bucks up and says, well, you know what? I've wanted that since I got here. Where's my shot? And elevated him that way. That's the way I would have told that story.
Unfortunately, with Hobbs, he has, he's kind of, I don't know how to phrase this. It's like, he's sort of brothers in a way with Wardlow, where in this what's going on with them? What's going wrong? What's like, these guys both look great. They're massive. They have this sort of onstage personality that works. Like the big black and jacked or whatever shirt they had. That's great stuff. Run with it. But it's like,
yeah, he wore it for like 2 or 3 weeks and then it was gone.
But it's like, let him run somewhere with it.
But
you're on a treadmill, like you're running, but you're not really gaining any ground.
But on the flip side of that, NXT is getting ready to restock. Obafemi gave up the title. He's getting called up. Mariah May looks like she's on her way up to the main roster. There's a few more that are, they just called Javon Evans up. Trying to think. There's a few. They called quite a few NXT people up to Raw and SmackDown, and I like Javon Evans. I'm not sure how he's gonna fare on the main roster. I think he'll get lost in the shuffle somewhere, unless
this might seem an odd question. Have they been called up because they're ready, or is it like are there gaps in the roster for WWE right now?
I think Obafemi was beyond ready. In ring, I think Javon's ready, but again, he's not. I think he would be a better fit in AEW, just because of his body type and his in ring style. He's got great charisma. I mean, he's good on the mic. Mariah May, I felt when she came in, she should have went directly to the main roster. I didn't see a need to put her in NXT at all. This will be good for Tony D'Angelo, because I love Tony D'Angelo. They've gotten him out of that mafia gimmick. But NXT, like I said, all those people they have now called up to the main roster. They've released a few as well, and so they're retooling. So I can completely see them. If there's some other guys out there, like Hobbs in different places, or people you just hadn't seen in a while. Britt Baker's name always floats around for WWE because you don't know what her contract status is. But we got 8 minutes until the live debut at TNA, so let's get this rest of this shit over with.
All right.
AEW signed the Rascalz. They were the promo for them was on last night. The Rascalz will be they have signed. They are no longer in TNA. We will not see them tonight. All 4 of them: Wes Lee, Zach Wentz, and the other 2. Yep, that's about how I know.
That's the other 2. Yep.
But they have went to AEW. AEW also worked out a contract with CMLL where I guess they're doing it like Takeshita with Persephone and oh my god, his name slips me. The mask man that you really like.
Hechicero.
No, Hechicero's been there. Mascherado.
Oh, Masquerada Dorada. Yeah, he's got a weird.
I believe that's the one I saw, but yeah, they worked out a deal with CMLL where now they're going to be under a dual contract. So they will be debuting on AEW as well. I mean, there's a lot of fun things going on, and I tell you, the best thing that I've seen in WWE for a while was Monday night, and this will tell you how bad it is. Because this is the best thing I've seen on WWE in a while. Last week on the first episode of the year on Netflix, we talked about CM Punk beating Braun Breaker flat to retain the title. And I don't even remember what the hell was going on. There was some match in the ring, and Breaker hadn't been seen all night long, and he comes out and spears the ever-loving crap out of somebody. He come running down the aisle looking like a freight train and speared him. It was a hell of a spear. And so the Vision's doing what the Vision does, and they're beating up somebody, and Adam Pearce comes out and finally with security and all, and I don't even remember who Braun was beating up. That's how insignificant it was to me. Braun's beating up somebody. And you think it's an insignificant moment at the time, but Pierce grabs Braun like security does. He didn't get physical with him, but he put his hands on him and pulled him back. And then Braun, jacked him up in the corner and got physical with him. Didn't hit him, didn't punch him, but all that kind of stuff. And Adam Pearce is just going off and this, that, and the other. And they get to the back and Pearce is still hot. He's got his tie off and he's screaming and hollering at Braun to get the hell out of his building. And then, Paul Heyman walks up and just looks at him, and he looks at Paul. He goes, that's the worst mistake he's ever going to make. And I forgot what Heyman said. He goes, oh, I agree it was the worst mistake, but not his, yours. And Pierce looked at him like, what the fuck are you talking about? He goes, you put your hands on him first. And he got that look on his face that Heyman gets, and he walked away. And I was like, ooh, where are we going? Are we going to get Adam back in the ring? We getting Adam suspended for a couple of weeks and I guess GM. That was the best thing that happened on the show to me. So I was like, because I like Adam Pearce. I was hoping a couple of years ago that they, when they were doing the whole get off my show shit and this, that, and the other and stuff like that, that we were going to get Nick Aldis and Adam Pearce as two former NWA champions in the ring. And I still do. I mean, I know it's a good payday and he's gotten on TV, but Magnus, Nick Aldis, whatever the hell you want to call him. I mean, he's still in his 30s, and for him to not want to be in the ring. I mean,
I saw his NWA work, and while I'm not the biggest fan of NWA style, I'm like, this guy's great look, slow work, very safe, nothing dangerous. Punch, kick, grab a hold. Like, okay, this guy's got something easily moldable.
Which one are we talking about? I'm sorry, I'm looking for Ames. I'm trying to get
Nick Aldis.
Nick Aldis, yes. Magnus. I mean, I remember when he started. Back in, I mean, I'm sure TNA is not where he started, but but that's the first time I saw him, and then he left. He came back, and all that happy stuff, and he actually got a little stint in the Main Event Mafia, with all the happy people, and so I mean, yeah, I mean he had that great match with Cody Rhodes at I was All In. That was the first one, and Cody he won the title, then he dropped it back to Aldis. Aldis had I don't know if a lot of people know this, but Aldis would during COVID basically he worked for free for the NWA because they didn't have they didn't have the money.
He, from what I hear, is very much a Titus O'Neil type of person. Like, everything anybody's ever said about this guy is nothing but positive. He seems like he loves the business and loves helping people out, and it's like, well, refreshing to hear. Okay, I have not heard anything about what's coming on Impact, which starts in 3.5 minutes. So have you heard anything that might be on?
The only thing that I have heard is AJ Styles is going to be on there, and Kazarian is going to defend the world title. That's all I have heard.
Okay, since it's just you and me, I'm going to go into this podcast pretending like I'm the party pooper. Because honestly, I have a feeling it's just going to be another American type wrestling show. Like, it's just going to be NXT light, WWE light. And I know that's a pessimistic view, but I just have a feeling that's what it's going to be.
Well, see, that's another reason I wanted to do this, because I want to see exactly what they do. I want to see.
And we can all sort of communicate on like what we're expecting and all that. Because if they just go generic wrestling show route, I'll be like, you're lost in the shuffle. There's now too many. There's 5 shows. Well, 5 like companies, because even Raw, SmackDown, AEW has 2 shows. Ring of Honor, I think, is only streaming, to be fair. Same with NXT. But those are 2 other companies, so it's like 6. And this is going to be a 7th show that's of a similar genre. I feel like they have to do something radical. I don't know, something artistic in a way where it's like, we're different. We're boom, boom, boom. We're something.
Well, I think they're smart enough or they have people there that have been smart enough to tell, to know that they need to come out and make a good impression. And because as well as I do from all that stuff that you don't if you don't come out of the gate swinging, you're not, people aren't going to. You got one chance to make the first impression.
Yeah, let's phrase this the most specific way. You don't have to have the best impression. You just have to give the impression of something different. Because you can be good. Because, hey, there's 1,000 good movies. And I'll say they're good. And I'll know they're good. But I'll never watch them. Because there's 1,000 good movies. But every so often you're like, hey, let's watch that weird one again. Because that was fun. So if they can somehow get a niche sort of production, that's what I'm hoping.
Well, yeah, I mean, if they can capitalize like AEW has, like, where Tony comes out and says that, we book for the sickos. I mean, that's their thing, and that's fine. I mean, a lot of people have an issue with it. I personally don't.
Well, I was thinking more in the sense of like Lucha Underground had a different production presentation where they had like a narration, they had all those foam cuts, and it was like lots of how do I like phrase it? The like behind the scenes footage wasn't done in like man on the street. Hey, I'm so and so talking with Steve Austin. It was like a CSI episode. You know what I mean? It was dramatic. It was different. You just need something like that. Just something to stand out. Oh, is this starting here?
Yeah, I got it pulled up. This is the
Curtis Caldwell Center. Yep.
Now, another one they've talked about is Mike Santana. I don't know what kind of contract he's got, but Mike Santana going to NXT as well. And they just signed Joe Hendry. Joe Hendry is actually under a WWE contract now. So they, with Obafemi being out, letting go of the title, they have set up a ladder match at the next big thing. And Ricky Starks got in it I forgot why he was automatically put in it. Maybe because he was the last champion before Oba, but now they're going to have qualifying matches to come up for a ladder match. Oh yeah, the Hardys, I believe, are facing the Righteous. That'll be a decent match. You got Santino Marella. I like the intro. I will say that. They're in Dallas, Texas. We are live, WrestleZone Unfiltered, We're on Facebook. We're on Twitch. We're on YouTube. And Paul is freezing up in Canada. Virginia's not, well, it's not -16 here. It's like 37, but it's cold enough to me, damn it. It's real to me.
It's real cold to me, damn it.
Oh, yeah, here we go. I forgot AJ Styles. We talked about this a second ago. AJ Styles kicking it off. Get ready to fly. Is that what we're going to get, or we're going to get WWE music?
Because I am. You are.
We're live, pal. Oh, hell, we're get ready to fly. We going old school now. He's probably about the only one in WWE kicking the show off that I ain't mad about. Who's their commentators? Do you know?
No, I have no idea, to be honest.
I'll tell you what, though, if they got the right competitors to do it, I would love to see an Ultimate X match on the WrestleMania stage. If they're going to continue this partnership, to hell with their world title. Give me the Ultimate X match.
Honestly, that's something I've joked about for so long, that like Vince is so mad at the Ultimate X match because that was a high concept gimmick match that he had no part in, that people love. Like, people love ladder matches, and he kind of helped influence that. People love Royal Rumbles, and he, like, but the Ultimate X was the one match that everyone loves that he didn't have his kind of fingers in. So I heard someone say, now this is a pessimistic view, but they said if this turns out to just be the NXT for NXT, no one's going to watch.
Oh, no, I agree wholeheartedly. Wholeheartedly, I agree.
So I hope that there's not a lot of WWE influence. Oh, I got a wrestling bingo. A crowd chants wrestler name. I mean, technically, JJ, Jeff Jarrett did it.
All right, he stayed in the ring too long. Oh, no. I thought somebody was going to come out and we're going to get more, but no. The only thing I'll say I do think they need to do to be taken seriously is they got to take that belt off Frankie Kazarian. They can put the X title on Frankie, but
yeah, that's a death sentence for.
I mean, I like Frankie Kazarian. Hell, I remember when he started.
But Frankie Kazarian, like, I mean this in the best way, is Shane Douglas levels of professional wrestling.
Well, we talked about Shane. I like Shane in ECW, but if you took the F word away from him, his promos were just.
But what was funny, to defend Frankie Kazarian, I was watching a GCW match or a GCW show, and it was all like trash bag wrestlers. And here comes Frankie Kazarian in his tights and his boots and his haircut, and I was like, oh my God, a real wrestler for once. So you can see how bad that show was, that when I saw Frankie Kazarian, I was relieved.
Now, I don't know if it'll be trash or not, but oh, hello. It's Elijah, whatever. I was surprised that they released him a couple of years ago.
He's massive. What, like, is he useless? Like, what's going on?
No, I liked him, and he was so over as Elias. And then they did this stupid gimmick to where he cut his hair and shaved his beard and come out and said he was Elias's brother, whatever his name they used.
Oh, people love that. I thought it was the perfect amount of stupidity.
And then, when he finally came back, and I mean, he was over, and I don't know.
Oh, this is not good. I'm gonna try to be positive, but
that's the guy from NXT.
Oh, this is not gonna be good.
Yeah, he was Tom Phillips in NXT, and that was the guy. That was the partner of what the hell were they? The Vaudevillains, the guy with the mustache, and him, and then
Simon Gotch,
and then he was with Rusev for a little bit, doing the whole Rusev Day thing before he got released.
Oh my god!
I knew they signed Tom Phillips after he was let go from WWE, and there you go. The Iconics or Inspiration, or whatever you want to call them, former WWE team. The System. I never thought Eddie Edwards would be a breakout single star, but good for him. Well, the set of tag titles is that the Hardys have.
I'm not sure, to be honest.
Girl, your voice is cracking already. The show just started.
Oh, maybe I just got to cough it out.
Order 4. I thought we were getting the righteous. There's Mustafa Ali. That's former WWE.
Yeah, put Moose on my TV. That's what I want. That's what we need. All right. Wrestler wears face paint for a match. There we go. I'm loving this so far.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of TNA, Trick Williams is another one that got called up. He's on SmackDown. He came out and confronted Randy Orton to start the show.
Oh, I did see this, and he knocked the microphone out of his hand, and he looked where it went, kind of went, oh shit.
Yeah, that was him.
So I like that Randy noticed it and just kind of played it off. Hey, what's David Finlay doing there? That's crazy.
Oh, yeah. Talking about him, I don't know if you've seen, but apparently the Fed is interested in him too.
Oh, of course they're interested. He's pushed he's been pushed as one of the top guys forever.
Does his daddy still work at WWE or not? Do you know?
I know he was. So, yeah.
I know he was overseeing the training of the women for a long time,
and he was the one who even told his kid, "No, go to Japan and learn how to wrestle." Because he went over and became a young lion and went through the system and.
And our first commercial break, the Hardys and Elijah or Elias, whoever you want to call him, versus Mustafa Ali with the version 4 or whatever they call him. But did you recognize anybody besides Mustafa Ali?
I'm like, well, Mustafa Ali's team. No, I don't recognize it. But this is like all Fed guys except for one or two, right? Because Mustafa Ali was in NXT and he was in the
all of them except for
cruiserweight.
the two. Yeah, all of them except for the two with Mustafa Ali. Unless I can find their names, I'll look for them in a minute. But
I was worried that it would be all old WWE guys. So the fact that there's a couple fresh faces so far, okay, I'll give you that.
we need to do like we need to get on here one night and just for shits and giggles and watch an episode or two. I don't know how long they are of Juggalo Championship Wrestling with Vince Russo now.
Oh, I think there's a few. I think there's a bit more that we can touch on because I was watching the other night. You were supposed to join me, but you didn't. That's okay. We ended up watching Tokyo Joshi, and no joke, one of the best matches on the card was a match where girls came out with horse ears on, and they had to do a race around the stadium, and it all just turned into a big brawl. But it was one of the better matches. It's like, oh my god, we have to.
I told you,
to people.
I came home. I'm like, I checked my phone. I didn't see anything from you. I'm like, okay, well, I'll take a quick nap and you know, I'm sure I'll hear from you in a little bit.
Yeah.
And it was like 4:30 in the morning when I woke up finally. I'm like,
oh yeah, one of those.
Yeah, one of those. But now, come on, bro. We need to watch JTW, bro.
Yeah. Get up and watch Joshi, bro. I'm one of those people.
Oh no, I'll watch Joshi with you. I just want to see the clusterfuck that's got to be with Vince Russo there. I've seen like little clips.
Oh yeah, JCW. Yeah, I've heard it's getting wonky.
But he's got Big Vito with him, and I'm like, oh. But in Vito's defense, he looks the same. He doesn't look like he's aged a bit since the last time he's been on TV. I mean, he's still not a pretty man by any stretch of the imagination. He's not. But yeah, Vito still looks like Vito, and Russo looks like Russo, except his beard and his hair is gray now. He's doing the Eric Bischoff transformation. But now, like I said, that's not something I think I would want to watch on a regular basis. But just to see the absolute clusterfuck that it's got to be with Vince Russo. I mean, and you never know; they might surprise us. Yeah. I guess it's on YouTube. I'm not sure where you can watch that at.
So I was chatting with a buddy about this, and they said that JCW is actually not as bad as can be imagined. They said what they're good at is outrageous gimmicks, and how that benefits them is just everybody sort of stands out.
No, I can see that.
Okay, that sounds fair. Like,
well, not that I'm a big Vince Russo defender because a lot of the stuff he did was just ridiculous. But the one defense I've always had of him, and I don't know who, it's like the whole Hogan McMahon debate. The everybody that's talked for WWE from back then said, Russo would have one or two good ideas out of 100, but Vince was there over top of his shoulder to go, we'll do that. We're going to do it this way. And, Russo took credit for all that stuff. And then, but when WCW hired him, they brought in this guy that was synonymous with the Crash TV and the Howard Stern type of stuff, and then told him he couldn't do it. It's like, well, why are you going to hire him?
And also at the time, it's like times were changing. Like the 2000s was not the mid 90s anymore. Like, you know what I mean? Howard Stern was kind of going out. Jerry Springer was kind of going out at the time. Like, you know what I mean? There's tastes changing.
And we are back from a commercial break. Order 4 versus Elijah and the Hardy Boys. Matt and Jeff are still the TNA Tag Team Champions. They had another set of titles that they came out with. I could not tell what organization they were from. They kind of, if you saw the red, I mean, TNA's belts are red too, but they kind of look like those belts that Ethan Page and Chelsea Green had, the mixed AAA tag titles.
Gotcha, yeah.
I will say I like the, there's a little old school feel to this because it's got the barricades with the part with the covers on them versus that big fancy rail that WWE and AEW both
It's
do.
like the padded rail that
Yeah.
they have. Yes, this is a rail. They have a padded barricade. There it is.
No, match Twist of Fate and do you know who the girl is?
No, I'm not. I don't know if I can. This is the first time I've watched TNA in a long, long time. So some of these names I'm very unfamiliar with.
I found it a few years back. I did the free trial of the TNA app though, where you could watch it live every week without having to have whatever that damn channel was. It had TNA and New Japan and all that stuff on it back in the day. Access TV, that's what it was. I think the same group that owns TNA itself, but I think that's why they stayed on that network so long. Yeah, that was a good night of wrestling on Saturday there for a while. You would have a Twist of Fate by Matt, Swanton, and that's it. They pinned. But they had God, I keep wanting to say Glow, but it wasn't Glow. It was the new women's thing that ran by Jeannie Buss. It's been around for a while now. AJ Lee was commentating on it.
Oh, oddly enough, that didn't help at all. I'm not AJ
as
Lee.
AJ Menendez. But yeah, they would run that. They would run TNA. And then New Japan would come on. Like the New Japan show they would put on would always be 4.5 to 5 hours long. And then they would turn around and replay it right after. The Righteous are here. I like these dudes. I don't know why TNA, why AEW didn't do more with them.
Which fellas? The Righteous?
Yeah, the Righteous. Oh, the Boss Man Slam.
I could see that being a they wanted more because they were Ring of Honor people, weren't they?
Yeah. Vince is putting the chain around Jeff Hardy so they can beat up Matt. Get coming. Matt didn't dye his hair for tonight. Oh Lord, he's putting it. Do you see what he's doing?
I believe I'm like a couple seconds behind you, so
He's putting the padlock. He pulled the Randy Orton. He put the padlock through Jeff's ear. So
no, doing that. Ugh.
Let's see how gross they're gonna get. They're gonna see if Jeff rips his ear off to come help Matt. No. Yeah, I always liked them.
Yeah, I enjoyed them too. I just felt like they were always, what is the expression? It's like what did other people not see that we're not seeing, in the sense of like they've always floated around Ring of Honor and they've never gone any real higher. Like, are they annoying in the back locker room? Are they bad politicians? Like, What's this glass ceiling that's sort of keeping from sort of breaking through?
Now, you know what I'm curious about for tonight with Santana and Kazarian? From what if I remember correctly. Oh, hold on a minute.
Uh-oh. The biceps arrived. So you show up being all sexy, AJ. How about this?
Anyway, Dolph Ziggler, Nick Nemeth, whatever you want to call him, he still holds kind of like the Money in the Bank, that call your shot thing he won. You know, being he's a known team throughout the wrestling world, and he still looks like $1 million. You know, I can see that happening, seeing him doing the call your shot thing either at the end of the match or halfway through the match or whatever he wants to do and get put in there. Now, let me get your opinion on something. We're talking about stuff that don't make any sense here and there. Like I was telling you, Jet Speed was in that 4-way tag match last night to determine the number 1 contenders for FTR. It was Jet Speed, the Young Bucks. I forgot who the other team was, and the Don Callis family, consisting of Mark Davis and Jake something, whatever I forgot what they're actually using his real last name. If you watch TNA, Jake something was in TNA for a while.
Yeah.
Now, I don't care. I don't care about the heel on heel, the baby face. I don't care about none of that. But Davis and Jake won. Okay, we're going to push the new team. I'm good with that. And I was okay with FTR coming up to coming out on the ramp and just kind of doing the stare down, whatever you call it. But FTR has been chicken shit heels for the last year plus with Stokely, and then they just come in the ring and they start fighting these dudes. I'm like, I'm yelling at my TV. I'm like, this is why I bitch about y'all. This is that right there. Like I said, they've been chicken shit heels for over a year now, and these guys win the tag title, 4-way tag, and get a title shot. Okay, well, you got to wrestle them. That's fine, but you're going to come out. There's no rhyme or reason for that. It wasn't like they had been attacked in the back by the Don Callis family or something like that. It's just, okay, well, now we got new number 1 contenders. Come out and give the stare down and go back. There was there was just no rhyme or reason for that shit last night. Like, what do you think?
It's like bare minimum product. Like, you could have done something, you didn't want to, so you did the literal minimum that you needed to do for that segment for it to make sense in a general story. It's like, do something, guys. Something of some excitement. Like, I don't know. When I hear about stuff like that, when I see segments like that, it's like, this is why I watch it the day after, so I can fast forward. Because I'm not sitting there for the 3-4 minutes of them looking at each other, because I'm not interested. I'm like not that interested. Skip. Like, at least roll to the back or something.
I think I told you before. My biggest gripe with AEW, for a long time now, is it could just they've got the performers. They've got people there that can elevate others. Whether it be just by reputation and name alone, or even in ring. It's not that I want them to fold or I just think the product could be a lot better. They have the money, they have the talent. I mean, the only talent there that I really, really don't like, just because I don't like a performer, don't mean I want him out of a job. But is Excalibur. Stick his ass on Ring of Honor. I could not stand him.
See, what's funny is it's like, I like Excalibur. I think he's probably one of the better voices he has for that role.
He's got I'll give you that. He actually has got a great voice. It's his commentating style that I don't like.
Oh, see, I kind of like him, but it's very like, last time I remember, it's very like, okay, we're here. Like, it's very quick. I'm getting a lot of information really fast. And it's like, oh my God, slow down.
And then, God bless Jim Ross. I do believe he's the greatest to ever do it. But You know, then they put him on TV a couple of, I believe it was last
Gordon Soley.
and
Oh, could you?
oh no, I love Gordon Soley. I love him. You know, but you know, Jim Ross, you know, he the voice of the Attitude Era. He got a lot of those guys over, but between his health issues and his age, you know, it takes him a minute to catch up. He doesn't need to be on commentary. I like hearing Jim Ross's voice if he can still keep up. I just think he's hurting his legacy by continuing to go out there.
And it's like controversial, maybe take, but Jim Ross, how do I phrase this? The modern style's a bit more worldly than Jim Ross is familiar with. So there's a lot of things that like the stand and trade spot. Some people hate it, but it's like, here, hit me as hard as you can. I dare you. Like you hit me and then I hit you. Like that back and forth, people hate.
All right, wait a minute. They're showing old X highlights.
This is like the intro to the DVD.
You're showing Daniel, showing Joe, showing AJ.
This is peak.
Kazarian when he had long hair, Jerry Lynn,
yeah,
Chris Sabin, Xavier Woods, then known as Consequences Creed.
Oh, Jerry Lynn. Curry Man, that's awesome.
Yeah, Chris Sabin is Curry Man. Chris Daniels is Curry Man. I love that gimmick. That was great.
So okay, I feel like this is a good sign. I know that like some of these people were in the company back then, but it'd be very WWE to go, don't put Chris Daniels in the video. Because Chris Daniels is an AEW. And I think is a manager for somebody. So it's like,
yeah, he's managing Top Flight and Scorpio Sky. And they had a female with him last night that made her debut, and I can't remember her name.
If this was the older WWE, they would have put a dot on his head or cut him out of it. You know what I mean? So I think it's a good sign that they're showing these talent, kind of acknowledging.
Well, if they own that footage, they would not have had to put a dot on it.
No, I know, but it's like, don't promote someone you don't have in your company, right?
Like
that would be like, that's a very older WWE thing. Well, they'll just go, don't.
Yeah, if you go back to when Vader left WCW to go to WWE, like for a month, you know, when they were debuting Vader as their newest biggest monster, WCW for a month is showing, you know, Ric Flair beating Vader, Hogan beating Vader, everybody that ever beat Vader, you know. EY, there's Eric Young. Oh, top dollar.
There's a lot of empty seats in that direction. They probably shouldn't have not shown that. That's a good shot because they're catching everybody on the good side. But yeah, I think on the hard cam side is not the best. Oh, you can see it in this shot. That's rough. But it's a TV show company now, so it might not matter what their attendances are.
Never heard of it.
No. Everything's too fragmented now. I don't even like what? Plus, they're just in normal people clothes. Like, you get WWE when they get celebrities, the celebrities look great. Like, okay, these girls look great, but they look like wrestlers. Oh, yeah, these are.
No, she's 80s.
But she looks great, though. Like, her outfit. Like, this is what you want.
Her outfit looked great, yeah.
But it's like you're making the company look a bit better because you've dressed up for this.
Hey, it's Dolph's brother.
It's baby brother.
Brian, yeah. That's his name.
I just know him as like baby brother. That's it, because that's all I know him for. You're this guy's brother. Like, I'm not taking away any talent he has. It's just unfortunate that you're just sort of known for your nepotism. Oh, I gave the guy a chop and then gave up on the match. He threw a towel. That's sad. He had his advantage.
Oh, dear God. Ryan, you're acting too much. Oh, the good old Stephanie Vince Triple H angle.
Ugh. Oh, a blue belt. I love blue belts. Like, I know people poop on the WWE Cruiserweight division, like the latest iteration of it, but they had a great belt, like that purplish
The
color.
purple one, yeah, I like that belt too. There's a few old school belts I want to. You've seen those hanging on my wall back here. I got a couple more I want to get.
I just hate it that one was like, it looked great, but it was the like, it just wasn't a big championship. No one really respected it, and it's like, it looks great though. Like, it should have got a bit more love while it was still around. Uh-oh.
Now he hadn't aged a bit either. You remember how he got his start?
He's a judo champion.
Well, he was a plant in the audience in Italy.
And, right, for Umaga.
Yeah, Umaga was whoever that guy, that manager he had, Armando Estrada, was saying they would take on anybody in the audience because nobody in the locker room could beat him, and he rolled him up or something and won the Intercontinental.
Oh, it was during the Bobby Lashley Umaga feud. So Bobby came and helped him and put him on the person, and that's how they won. It was something like that. So, do you remember how the big story before that? There's a popular story that happened to Santino Marella before his debut in WWE.
I might have heard it, but I don't recall it.
Jim Cornette smacking the shit out of him.
Oh, yeah. When he was down in training in Ohio Valley.
Quote unquote. People are like, yo, he smacked it. But it's like, Santino's a Dan Severn type of real fighter.
Looked at him like he was about to kill him. And I've heard Cornette's side, and I forgot what he did that pissed Cornette off so bad, but it was something that messed up in the show that had Cornette so fucking.
From what I remember, there was a big boogeyman heel. And as the big boogeyman heel's coming around the crowd, Santino's laughing with his family, going, "Oh, having fun."
Yeah. That was it.
And Jim Cornette should have been and was like, "You should have been keeping kayfabe." And he's like, "I'm with my kids."
Have you seen the Heyman clips on that WWE whatever they call that show?
No.
What the hell do they call it?
Unreal?
Something like that. But it was something about where they basically reveal how they do things and how things happen and this, that, and the other. Yep. And there was Heyman's clip. He's like, I don't want to be on this show. I don't like this show. I came up protecting the business, not exposing it. So I have nothing to say.
I mean, like, kayfabe's gone. And, like, Paulie's one of the most meta kayfabe people ever. So apparently he was the one that told Logan Paul to write stuff on the palm of his hand. So when the fans saw it,
it's Sonya Deville.
So it's like Paulie's one of those guys that's like, dude, you're the one that played on the whole "is it real, isn't it real" stuff the most. Like,
yeah, see that shot right there looks really good. Wherever they were Oh yeah, that's the hard cam side. So yeah.
Yeah, so they've just pushed everybody, which is apparently extremely common for like WWE and AEW. Just here, we're just gonna move everybody to this side. Because like best case scenario for the crowd, they're gonna get you to get closer to the ring than you are. So it looks better, and you get better tickets for what you paid. The segment's already way too long. I've already tuned out, and they've added another person. Oh no.
Well, she's showing more personality here than she ever showed in WWE. I'll give her that. Yep. Get that cheap McCully pop. Get it, girl.
Oh, and they zoom in on a guy wearing a Bullet Club shirt. Guys, come on, don't do.
And for those of you watching along, trying to figure out what we're doing, if you did not catch the beginning of the show, we are watching the debut episode of Total Nonstop Action TNA on AMC. We are about 40 minutes into the
AMP
show.
on TNA on AMC.
Say that fast a few times.
No. I do like the rally towels. Like that's a good. That's a.
Minute. She done turned heel on him now.
That's a solid callback. For anyone unfamiliar, in TNA years ago, they used to have a guy that would show up with 2 rally towels, and he'd swing him around when it was a big hype moment, and it was something that grew. So if you go back to older footage like 2000s, you'll see in the background people like there'd be a big spot and rally towel. I'm wearing shoulder pads. Oh my god, how far are we into this already and we've only had 1 match? Wait, what? Just dawned on me. This is a 40 minutes into a wrestling show. And we've had 1 match. So I think this is pretty good TNA pacing now that we think about it.
Core Jade. There we go. Oh no, she hot.
Who?
She was Cora Jade in NXT.
I'll trust you on that one, big
bad
guy.
Luck. She had some bad luck. I think that's the only reason she got released. They were very high on her, and she took time off to get her boobs done. This is not me being knocked. This is what happened. She took time off to get her boobs done, and when she was able to come back, I mean, it wasn't even 2 months, like a month and a half. She tore her ACL, and so she was out for the better part of and then when she came back again, she got hurt like 6 months into it. I think that's why she got released. Miss Danny, how you doing? You got your TV on?
I'm good, and I'm watching. Yes, I am. I've got one of my favorites on my screen right now. And
You're talking about Jason, right?
Well, it's definitely not you because you're not Ethan Page, but I still love you, Paul. I'm in a very snarky mood. No, I'm watching it right now.
Did you just turn it on? You've been watching since 9.
I just turned it on because I thought it was on at 9 p.m.
Well, 9 p.m. I'm sorry, it was 9 p.m. Eastern time.
Okay, I thought I was like, oh, okay, that's kind of late, but it is what it is. It's fine.
So we're up to 45 minutes into the show.
Remember, anytime I send a message out, I'm on Eastern time. So
okay,
I put it in.
It was a long day
on the page description, 9 p.m. Eastern, but I didn't put that on the group. I apologize.
Oh,
that's okay.
Connor said a little bit ago he was coming. We still ain't seen him. Boss man, where you at? You said you was coming.
He said he was getting his computer started, and I picture him like, come on, you gotta start, buddy.
I brought the cord down just in case, but we're fully charged, so we're good. And yeah.
Well, we'll catch you up. The only thing you really missed so far was AJ Styles kicked off the show with a promo. And then they had the Hardys and Elijah, whatever you want to call him, against Mustafa Ali and 2 guys from a group he's in that I've never seen before. And a 6-man, the Hardys and Elias won, but then the Righteous come out and they attack the Hardys and they put a chain and a padlock through Jeff's gauge so he couldn't get away to beat up Matt. And then Santino come out. They were showing the recap of Ariana Grace turning on Santino to help Stacks. And it was like the whole Vince McMahon, Stephanie, Triple H vibe from back in the day. Santino come out. He introduced Sonya Deville, Daria Ray, whatever you want to call her, as the new knockout person. So going to be helping him, and is kind of like she did with Adam Pearce there for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And she come out, and then she's being all friendly, and then she turned heel on Santino, and blah blah blah. And she just introduced Cora Jade as the newest knockout she had signed. And
is she going by Elena Black now?
Yes, she is.
That's okay. I saw her. I'm like, I know that face, but I couldn't think of where I knew her. And then who were the guys, the 4 guys that signed to AEW?
The Rascalz. It was Zachary Wentz and Wesley and the other 2. I can't remember the other 2's name. And they also signed a dual contract with CMLL for Persephone and the mask guy. Paul knows his name. I get it wrong every time. And from what do you think of the rumors of Powerhouse Hobbs being gone?
I would have I didn't even realize you guys had that thread going because I was like in meetings like virtually like all day. And we had a work event. I think that this is going to be good for his career because what did they really do with him? They started the push, then it just like was and then
well, I'll tell you, he and I were talking about it before we went before TNA came on, and it's one of those things where we'll believe it when we see it.
Right.
But if it's true, then, Tony was advertising him last night for a 6-man, title defense on this Saturday on Collision. So I guess we'll find out Saturday if he's actually there. But like I was telling Paul, they've called all these people up to Raw and SmackDown from NXT, and NXT's retooling. So I can completely see them, wanting Hobbs. So.
Well, and what I'm trying to figure out too is like, okay, how would they fit Hobbs into NXT if it is true? Because like I said, I would like, now that Oba's on the main roster and you've got the Lemon Pepper Steppers, which again, I got my boots from DSW. I can't find Lemon Pepper Steppers on DSW. So if anyone knows where those are at, but I'd like to see Hobbs go against Briggs or Jasper Troy.
Oh, I'm sure. I mean, they had said a while back that it didn't matter how long somebody had been in the business. I think it would take somebody like probably the Bucks or Kenny to come through that they would not use that with. But they had said that it didn't matter how long you'd been wrestling. That NXT was not to a knock on your wrestling ability. It was to show you how they did TV. And to get you ready for that. So, if he's coming, it will be NXT. So, and I'm sure they'll make a big deal out of it. I'll be interested to see what his name is. And
it's like nature, but it's a rule until it's not, because Tama didn't go to NXT. Like those, you know what I mean? So sometimes it is, sometimes it's not. And I think it just depends on.
Depends on who it is. Like I said, I'm David Finlay. He like I said, I don't know if Pitt still works there or not. So that would be a 50-50 to me if David Finlay would be on the main roster or NXT. I was like I said, I think anybody they're after right now, whether it's Japan, AEW, or anywhere else that they do not have signed, they're would be to retool NXT because of all the people they just brought up. And I'm hoping with all the people they just brought up that Tony D'Angelo, now that he's gotten out of that mafia gimmick, gets the push because he's great in the ring. I don't know how much you watch.
He really is.
And that's really good.
I'm excited to see where he goes. And I think I told you guys this too, that he went to grade school, middle school, and high school with my niece and nephew and my niece's best friend, who she's known since her freshman year of high school.
Oh, this is the tag team title match.
Okay.
The Elegance crew versus the Iconics, or the Inspiration, whatever you want to call them.
Okay, thank you for saying that this is going to be the match, because I saw multiple people holding a microphone and thought this is going to be a 9-minute segment, isn't it?
Perez Hilton. Where do I know that name from?
It's a gossip.
That's okay. Yeah.
And if I remember correctly, horrible abuser. So let's be.
Is that Dana Brooke on the other side of him with the hat on her head?
Yeah. The last I'd heard from her, she gave up the title because she couldn't compete anymore. So I guess they kept her around. But is that girl like 3 foot tall?
I think she is. I don't know. I think my nanny kid is probably taller than she is, and she's now 5.
Did we see who's under the owl tape there yet, Paul?
No, but this is really grinding me down right now.
I gotta turn on my closed cap.
This is you're breaking my balls, guys. You're breaking my balls.
Okay, somebody's underneath that blanket.
Yeah.
I wonder who that is.
Paul, I get what you're saying, but some of this stuff like this dipshit here, I'm not mad at because that's some old school heel shit right there.
It really is.
And I'll tell you, I don't know who he is. I've seen his face with them before, but I mean, he's better than Stokely.
It's like, yes, well, I agree.
Who the hell is that guy?
God, you're given 2 hours to show us the best of what you have, and in my opinion, you've been stalling the entire time. Like, to me, this is stall tactics because you don't.
Who is this?
This is the Elegance. When Dana Brooke left, she came here and she started going by the name Ash by Elegance, and then they kind of started adding people to the group.
Okay, you need to Elegance crew. Here, do you want to say hi to everybody? Here.
Hello, kitty cat.
There you go, Ruby. Okay, goodbye.
Guys,
oh my God, Ruby. It is hard to sit on a couch, on the edge of a couch with a cat behind you. Why do I feel like I'm watching Gunther, a more like pretty boy version of Gunther? He's boring.
Not Gunther, but Kaiser. That's who he reminds me of. Kaiser.
Oh yeah.
He's got that guy's abs. There's like a shape to them.
There really is.
It's like it's just like a different shape to the abdominals. But yeah, he has that sort of build. But come on, if they go to the 1 hour mark and there's not another wrestling match, I'm gonna be very upset. They have 9 minutes to get their stuff, 8 minutes to get their stuff together.
I don't even remember their WWE like names. I think it was
the Iconics.
Okay, am I seeing double here, or what am I? Are these?
You don't remember the Iconics from WWE?
Oh, that's that.
Oh, it is here we go.
That's
There's
that.
a bell.
Yeah,
the bell ring. I've never been more happy to hear bell ring.
Like I don't remember their individual names from WWE, but they were the Iconics.
Kate and Peyton Royce, I think.
Yeah, that's it.
Couple of Sheilas.
He looks very different. I don't remember who had the dark hair, but they look great, but they look so different.
And what's funny is I don't know if I said it in my head, or it's like those two girls don't need.
Okay, why is there a
tactics.
commercial on?
They're very good wrestlers.
One of them is married. Oh shoot! One of them's married to Sean Spears.
Yeah, that's what it looks like in my house right now. This commercial.
What, the police pulling somebody over?
Oh, I got a snow
Shutter
commercial
film?
here. I don't know.
I got a movie commercial.
The
for a
Shutter,
movie.
yeah, the Shutter.
Oh, that's weird. Jeep commercial is what came up.
Was that CM Punk?
I think so.
It is. That is CM
It
Punk.
is. Holy shit! Sorry, Connor. I didn't mean to say that. Sorry, boss. I'm in a very feisty mood right now. I need to see this.
You know what? We had Jesse on again last week, so you go back and listen to Jesse, and you ain't got nothing to apologize for. Deathmatch Daddy Daniels was in full effect last week.
Who was?
Deathmatch Daddy Daniels was in full effect last week, and he wasn't holding nothing back.
Oh my God. Okay, this looks good. And not because my favorite person in the world next to Paul's in it.
Is this a movie or a show?
Yeah, no, it is. It's in theaters tomorrow. Holy.
With Phil Brooks. He was advertised as Phil Brooks.
Phil Brooks.
Well, they got to get their insurance, don't they? Is that still a thing? Like, I'm not too fully up to date on, like, not to dive into this, but it's like I'm not too up to date on American health politics or anymore. But I remember Terry Funk used to say every so often, go and do a couple movies so you can get actors insurance.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's good.
If you're a member of the guild, you get insurance through the Actors Guild.
So is modern WWE, is that still a thing? Like you probably should be going and getting.
You know, I haven't looked into the newer contracts in a long time.
I know SAG is really good, but
I mean, I know that like AEW, if you get hurt there in the ring, they cover your medical expenses. But I don't know if they cover like normal stuff. All right, Paul, we hadn't done this yet. Now we got Danny. So before it comes back, go to the bingo card, man.
And when you're done with that, I have to tell you what happened at about World's End.
Wasn't that about? Oh yeah, I have 3 so far on my bingo card. Jeff Hardy wore face paint. They did a corner pose and they chanted his name, and those are the 3. Bing, bing, bing.
Well, we got an in-ring promo too.
Your card is going to be different than my card because in bingo there's 75 numbers that can be called total. Your card only has 24, so I made a list of 75 things that happen in a professional wrestling show, and they may or may not happen in this one. But like I have kick out at 1. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. But I'm keeping this open in the corner of my eye as we watch.
I got 2 more to go, and I can call me some bingo.
Oh, fair enough. I'm 3 away, but that's if title changes hands, manager jumps on apron to distract ref, and someone uses a missed attack.
Do we have boring promos too on there, or
boring? Oh my god, there's been like 5 boring promos.
I'm just talking about the guy that was in the ring. And what is with the commercials? This is like at least 5 hours of commercials already.
Isn't this
gotta pay the bills, baby. Gotta pay the bills.
Like, good Lord.
All right, so what happened to World's End?
Okay, so people who are over 5'9" should be buying nosebleed seats because my short little self couldn't see, but I took Terry Funk, ain't wear no mouthpiece, put it on a sign, wrote,
sunset flip.
Terry Funk didn't have a mouthpiece and neither did he, and wrote, in loving memory, Jay Briscoe. So I was maybe about 10 feet away from Mark, maybe, I believe. Maybe it was 6. I don't know. I didn't really measure. I was on the other side of Nigel McGuinness, and I walked right up to the barrier, and I had my big sign, big purple or big pink poster board, put like sticky gems on it. Mark looked over, pointed to the sign, went like this, and said thank you. And he saw it. For Jay.
Oh, don't make me cry.
And I think from what I could see, I believe there were tears in his eyes.
Well, I mean, I'm sure. You know, I mean, you know, not only they were, of course, brothers, but they were also very tight.
Ooh, that was a beautiful elbow, roaring elbow.
I've got commercials.
So do I.
Yeah, we might be.
You Canadians have better TV than we do. Okay, they showed like what, Jason? 30 seconds of they introduced them, showed 30 seconds of the match, and now they're on more commercials. Like, what is this? No, but it was really fun. I could not see any entrances though, because again, people who are over 5'9" should be buying nosebleed seats for little girls like me to be able to see. But it was fun.
Yeah, I got the AMC black screen. We'll be right back.
Ooh.
Connor, where are you? We need you. Mr. Shakeups, where are you so I can laugh at you because the Bears beat your Packers?
Go Bears.
Yeah, that one in the you know, I was watching the game Monday night, and it was 7-6 in the fourth quarter with like 14 minutes left. It was like that game was like watching paint dry. And so I was like, the hell with it. I went to bed. I woke up the next morning, saw the score, you know, 30-6. What the hell did I miss?
Does that count as a dive? No.
I couldn't tell you if it did or not because I can't see what's happening.
I know my nephew texted me he lives in Chicago, and he texted me during the game because I can't watch Bears Packers games because I get really, really, really emotional. And there was a documented incident in college where I threw something across the room. I was so mad. So Ian texts me and he's like, "Are you watching the game?" And I'm like, "No, I just turned it on." He's like, "Why?" And I go, "Did you forget the incident in college? 21-3 in the beginning at the half." I was like, they lost. They blew this. Green Bay is going to win. That comeback, I was floored.
What do you have right now, Danny?
That Rise of the 49ers, narrated by Tom Brady, which is on in a couple weeks, and a Prilosec commercial.
All right, I'm gonna try to refresh my screen.
Because I'm like, they just showed a super cool, like I didn't even know what kind. It's like a mule kick, but it was super high.
Are you guys watching on actual?
Like there's a match, there's a roll up, there's the finish.
Yeah, now I got the Capital One commercial.
Are you guys watching on actual TV or do you stream? Because I stream.
I'm streaming.
I'm a streamer. Yeah, we're all streamers. AMC will be right back.
I see. That's what I just had a minute ago.
Okay, so
I just saw the finish of the match. So
right, who won? Go ahead and tell us.
That's interesting how far ahead of the game you are than us.
I'm trying to. I don't know who won it, but the Iconics lost. I don't know the name of the girl who got
the Elegance crew.
M. She has the M on her bum.
Yeah,
whoever that was. Was that title changing hands? Is that what just happened?
Yeah.
Yay! That's one of my bingo cards.
I don't know what's going on our end over here.
I've got this AMC will be right back, like four times
right now.
Oh no! Is this?
And now they're just back with showing him rolling around the ring with the title change.
Yeah, that's weird.
Okay, they basically had I only saw maybe 15 seconds of that whole match.
Yeah, I was about to say we were on the same way.
Another segment. No, this segment makes sense because they're still in the ring, so they at least have to get out of the ring, give it a moment,
Well, now I'm on Ariana and Stacks.
Yeah, they're in a backstage moment now. Yeah.
I like that belt though. I'm with you on that one.
Is that's Santino's daughter?
Yeah.
Okay, she looks different here than she does on NXT.
I'm just saying it's hard for me to complain about these background segments because it's like, well, you just had a match end. You know, like you got to have something in between sometimes.
There was a funny tweet that Stacks wrote on Twitter, and Ethan Page responded to it. And I responded to Stacks. I go, if I was going to a live event, it wouldn't be to see you. It would be to see Ethan Page. Which I thought was kind of funny. If he can come up to main roster, I would be over the moon.
Look. Oh, well, there he is. Look who joined the party.
It's half being like
it's here. Injury report. That's kind of fun.
Okay, yeah, I have right now. That's what I have.
Yeah,
I think that's a very fun thing to do to make it seem more real.
Who's that guy?
Steve Macklin. He's good.
Oh yeah, he used to be. I had to look him up. He was with the Forgotten Sons in WWE. With the guy that
it wasn't the like biker gang.
Yeah, I had to look him up. Because I saw the name. I'm like, I know that name. Where do I know him from? And I looked him up. I do like Mike Santana.
Yeah, you see Ortiz is back in AEW?
Boom.
Yes, I did see that, yeah. Eddie got a pretty decent pop at World's End, and then we were all like popping for Tony Storm. But that match, that 8-man was hilarious. We were cracking up so hard. Steve, that's Frankie Kazarian's still wrestling. Holy God!
He's not wrestling. Hell, he's a champion.
Oh my God!
That's what I meant, but still, I'm kind of
like that. It sounds worse.
If they do a straight title change, they leave it on Kazarian, or Dolph Ziggler calls his shot tonight with that all your shot game thing he's got, trophy, whatever it is, however they do it. I forgot how they do it.
I hate commercials. They bore me.
Connor, we just saw a movie preview with your boy in it.
Yeah, and I need to go see this.
It wasn't CM Punk, it was Phil Brooks.
Oh yeah.
He was advertised as.
I know. I want to watch it. I wonder if it's available.
It looked good, actually. It did.
It really did.
What movie?
Night Patrol,
God!
Night Patrol, or was it Shudder or something like that?
Yeah, no. Hang on. I'll look it up, Connor. Hang on.
I was watching one series the other night, and Punk was in it. I forget what it was called, but he's been doing quite a few series and movies a little bit.
Looking it up right now, sir. Yeah, it's called Night Patrol.
I might just see that.
It's a horror thriller film.
Normally you hear about when some of those guys and girls are doing movies.
Oh, okay.
I hadn't heard anything about that.
I am really intrigued by this. Yeah, I'm intrigued.
So
does anybody have the Caribbean Horses commercial?
Yeah, that's what I'm getting. Connor, have you seen any of this yet or no?
Not yet. I haven't. Well, I've seen bits and pieces of it. I got busy right when I was getting on my computer, but I've seen bits and pieces. Like there was like I don't know what the last match was, but it was the Knockouts division. I don't know.
Yeah, it was the Iconics Inspiration, whatever you want to call them, against the Elegance Crew, and the Elegance Crew won the tag title.
Okay, the zebra commercial. Okay.
Now I got the duster knit.
Swiffer, yeah, where the guy's like trying to reach the ceiling fan, which is hilarious. That's like me trying to reach a ceiling fan.
Commercials aren't. They're not entertaining like they used to be. Like
no, they're not.
Like I've got VHS tapes of like WCW Nitro, and like it shows the commercials and stuff, and they're so much more entertaining back then.
Taste the rainbow.
Like these days, there's no creativity into any of these.
No, there's not.
You can find.
I'm sure there could be creativity, but people get so offended nowadays. They want to sue people. You know, that commercial ruined my mental health.
There is also like different styles because very much in the 90s, everything was like, whoa, that's outrageous. So when you watch some of those old 90s cartoons with the Super Soaker commercials, it's all like, whoa.
And some of these commercials just like it's either like medication or food.
Really you know what's really big up here now? Gambling apps. All day, every day, gamble.
Oh,
gamble,
you should see in Chicago, you have a lot of your restaurants will have slot machines. My sister has a secret spot that she won like $550.
Guys, don't gamble.
And she put like 40 in.
Just don't like. Remember what the man in the chair said. Some days she goes, some days she doesn't. This is one of those days.
What is this? The Hit Series returns. What is this? Dark Ones?
I'm seeing the commercial with your boy Shudder. Uh-oh.
In theaters tomorrow.
This is it, Connor. I don't know if you're seeing it.
Yeah, I'm seeing it now. I know he's in a series as well. He's doing quite a bit.
Yo, is that it? Did he just have vampire teeth?
Yeah.
What? No. You guys are messing with me again.
No, we wouldn't do that.
I don't know what I'm even looking.
Hey, look, there's Indy Hartwell.
Indy Hartwell. Okay, I know that name.
Vampire punk. Oh my god.
The one woman, she's like at least 4 foot tall. I mean,
you're talking about this little blonde girl with the Elegance crew.
Oh my god, she's got to be like.
I asked earlier when she's
an Elegance girl.
You're under 5 feet for sure.
I think my nanny kid is taller than she is.
Here's the Knockouts division I remember. Awesome Kong was like something like totally unique.
She really was.
I feel like the only woman that could like actually beat her was Gail Kim. Like she was the only one that.
Not to be a nitpicker or anything like that. I know we're praising TNA, but Awesome Kong was not a TNA creation. Like she was unique because she was unique, and it just so happened she ended up.
There's
TNA.
my favorite one from back in the day.
Angelina.
ODB.
The beautiful people.
I think this is one we watched TNA because we were watching it, and then the channel that it was on at the time, we didn't have it, and then we stopped watching it.
Like when I was watching TNA, it was like the beautiful people, Angelina Love, Velvet Sky, Madison Rain.
Actually, my favorite one that's ever been here, knockout wise, was Rosemary. I don't know if she's still here or not.
Yeah, Rosemary was good. I don't know.
Yeah, somebody was talking about her in one of the groups because something about Danhausen's possibly his contract's up. I think. What is that?
I know WWE. I've read several different places. WWE's very interested in him. Kind of like they took up the Iguana Man from AAA because of the merchandise they can sell with.
But then would he? I don't ever remember seeing Danhausen wrestle a match in AEW.
Oh no, he did. He wrestled a few times.
I remember seeing him do it.
He's not your. He's not going to be.
Like he can actually before he was in AEW, he was in Ring of Honor before Tony.
But he
would wrestle.
He's a very normal wrestler for what his gimmick is. He needs to be a bit weirder in the ring if he's going to do that.
Right.
Would he fit in the Wyatt Six?
No.
He's too comedy like to.
No, he really is.
Maybe
I don't want to sound like a downer because I realized that I'm kind of being negative tonight. I'm not trying to do it intentionally, but it's like Danhausen sort of comes off as what normal people view as a wrestling gimmick.
At
And
least
it's
now.
not necessarily like a full gimmick. Like he's fun, he's entertaining, but how
It
does
really
that?
is. It's hilarious.
But what does that mean in the ring? And I think some gimmicks they go, oh, I didn't think about that. Like I like Danhausen, I like him on TV, but how do you use him? What do you do with him? You put him with the best friends, I guess.
That's this one. I don't know who she is, and she's the champion.
I believe she
Am I the
used to
only-
be in WWE.
I don't like her boots. I do like her glasses.
She was kind of like a jobber in WWE.
Oh, shoot. My TV just went out. Hang on. My TV randomly does that. I don't know why. It's just like I'll start watching something, it totally goes out. Hang on. It goes back to a home screen.
Oh my god, is this gonna be another long segment? Yeah, he's got a microphone. Oh my god, here we go.
And there's TNA's answer to Fallon Henley.
Oh my god, here we go.
I know who she is. I just can't remember what her name is.
All right, let me boot back here. Watch live. There we go. Okay, seriously, Ruby, you had to jump up. Do not step on the keyboard. Don't even think about it.
Zaria.
No, ma'am, don't even think about it. Sorry.
This is the second Santino promo of the night and the fourth.
No, let's see who they gonna bring out.
Oh my god, bring out a wrestling match. Uh-oh. That
Okay,
looks
wait, who do we
entertaining.
got here?
Oh, Zarya.
Gear looks good.
Who is that?
Zarya.
Okay,
Internet-
she's
Internet
just she is kind of cringy to me. I don't know why. Maybe it's the eye makeup.
She had a big following from wherever they changed her name. So like they didn't mess with Stephanie, they didn't mess with Julia, but they all came in at the same time, and I forgot what her name was outside of WWE. They changed her
Sol
name.
Ruka looks like the hot girl from every 2000s movie ever.
She reminds me of Daryl Hannah from the movie Splash.
Well, they've been teasing the breakup of these two for a long time, and it just keeps dragging out.
God, this is taking forever.
Okay, now you're going to come on the other side of the computer. Okay. Don't even think about stepping on this keyboard.
This is basically a TNA / NXT show now.
Pretty
Well,
much.
It hadn't been as
Yeah.
heavy as I thought it was going to be, but
I just want to go in with eye makeup remover and redo Zarya's makeup because it's
look, man, don't knock that shit because I like crazy. That's right up my alley right there.
I can do crazy makeup, but that's just so cringe to me.
Here to back up Connor's point, I'll say this: for the segments where they don't have WWE talent, let's say for this example, Santino's not WWE talent; he's TNA talent. This is very much like a WWE segment, like inspired.
Yeah.
Well, it's been like a WWE show with a lot more yappy
structure.
versus
Yeah,
wrestling.
like this is
Okay, Rudy.
killing me on the inside. Like we're an hour 15 in, and there's been 2 matches.
Well,
You're
what I'm gonna
killing
need
me.
you, what I'm gonna need you to do, because we're gonna unkill you at the end of the show. Be making notes because I don't want you to give us a star rating. I want you to cut a promo on the show.
Oh no, that'll be
I'll cut a promo.
Wait, has there only been 2 matches tonight so far?
yes.
Yeah, and I jumped in late, Connor, because I was thinking it was 9 p.m. my time.
I came in late too, so I'm not the only one. Yeah. There's TNA, I remember.
Yeah, it does really feel like the older TNA. It's slightly different, but it still has that
Well,
same taste.
I'm gonna
You
look
know?
up. I'm gonna look up Rosemary and see if she's actually still there. I
Like
love
the
Rosemary.
I looked her up. Yeah, she is.
But Tina stuff, like I remember, it was like
Was that Kenny Shamrock?
Yeah.
it was like AJ
Five
Styles,
pounds of
gold.
Samoa Joe,
Oh my
Christopher
God.
If I
Daniels.
remember right, Shamrock was the first NWA TNA champion.
Yeah, at
I
least
always
on TNA.
loved Kenny Shamrock.
The person that beat Ken
No,
Shamrock, I
these
believe,
guys,
was
I don't know any of these.
Films.
The only names I do know from TNA, I know
Oh,
Ron
damn.
Billings, Joe,
Oh, they show Sting.
David, Richards, Wolf.
Eddie Edwards.
Thank you. And then whoever the other one was. Those are like the only names I know. And then obviously Knight and Lashley, and that's it.
Connor, did you ever get a chance to look up that girl we were talking about the other day? I don't want to give out a name. I just want to.
Yeah. I looked her up on the site that I'm on. I didn't see her on there, but I was trying to figure out a way to contact her. But
Okay, let's see if there's another match by 10:30.
Connor, I was thinking somebody that would be interesting, and I don't know if you've ever interviewed him on the show, but Scotty Riggs.
oh
Big
yeah,
Riggs.
I haven't interviewed him, but I've been in contact with him several times.
Yeah, he would be. We were talking about that when we were at
Big motherfucking Riggs.
World's End. He would be good just to kind of get like his input on like, the whole like situation that he went through. Have you ever had Buff on the show? But he would probably charge too much.
I haven't had Buff, but I've been in contact with both of them because I wanted to get both of them together on here.
Yeah, that I was thinking that. And then another person.
I know, like on that site that I normally put people on, like they've added like a bunch of new people. Like Vince Russo is on there now.
Yeah.
What did he say? Did he say what? Did it say? Does it say what he charges?
I believe it was only like $80.
Russo?
Yeah, he was actually pretty cheap.
Oh shit! That,
Who else would be? There was another name that I came up with that would be good. I know Scotty Riggs was one because he went through a period of homelessness, didn't he? I think I read that somewhere. He would be a good one. Buff would be a good one because I still want to know why he got termed. And who else would be? Oh,
I don't know how familiar you guys talk. Did you watch TNA back in the day?
A little bit here and there.
I
I'm
did.
not
Yeah.
really
One of
familiar,
the
but
greatest things that I thought TNA ever did, besides the X Division Ultimate X match, was in the knockout division. And one was Rosemary, and the other one, I'll go to the first one first. I can't remember who they brought her in with, but it was when Sarah Palin was running for vice president. And they brought her in as the governor, and I knew immediately who it was because again, I like crazy. And everybody's going, "Who is that?" I'm like, "Oh, I know exactly who that is." And they kind of finally did the transformation of her turning back into Daphne, and I love me some Daphne on WCW.
Yeah, she was interesting. Another good one, Connor, that I thought of, Lacey Von Erich.
Yeah,
she kind of stepped away from everything the last time I looked her up.
She would be a good one. Oh my God, there's names just running through my head.
yeah,
But
Zach
now I
Gallen's on
who it
here.
was.
Now, Paul, here, maybe this will wake you up.
okay.
What TNA did with Rosemary when they brought her in, they had all that face paint and everything all over, and I knew who she was. It was Courtney Rush from Canada.
Mhm.
And she had a big following in Canada. The TNA brought her in and did that, but then they finally transformed her into Courtney Rush because she came out of I can't remember the Asian lady she was fighting, but it was like she got put into the undead realm, and then when she came out of the undead realm, and she wasn't Rosemary, she was Courtney Rush, and then they kind of went back and forth with her as she would lose her marbles and turn back into Rosemary, and then she would be on her meds and be Courtney Rush again. Both those gimmicks, man. If y'all want to see something entertaining, go back and check out The Governor. When Daphne come in and everybody was trying to figure out who it was, and I'm just sitting there like going, "Hey girl, where you been?" And then Rosemary's transformation back into Courtney Rush.
I'm on social right now, and it says the Inspiration are leaving TNA after their contracts expired following a series of short-term deals, choosing not to resign despite being open to staying, and they dropped the Knockouts tag titles on TNA's debut on AMC with interest in the team reported outside of TNA.
That's the one thing with TNA is they offer a lot of short-term deals, and they can't.
Well, I don't know what they have going on outside the company, but if they're wanting to wrestle full time, now that AEW has the women's tag titles, I can completely see Tony bringing them in too. So,
but they got Zach Gowen on here. They got both of the Headbangers. They got Demolition on here, but they're expensive as heck.
I loved the Masked Superstar when I was a kid.
What about Kimberly, DDP's ex-wife?
Is this still another commercial? What is going on?
DDP baby?
Yeah, and if she's not on there, he's got like 5 more we can look for.
What commercials? Is this how you guys watch wrestling?
Like Vince Russo, he's not 80, but he's $100 for 30 minutes. That's not too bad.
Oh no, he would be a fun one to have on there.
$100 for how long?
30 minutes. That's not.
They got Harvey Whippleman. He's only 75.
Downtown Bruno.
Yeah, he comes around me a lot.
Okay, this guy's kind of cute in the red.
Cedric Alexander.
Oh, that's Zed. That is Zed. Oh my god.
Yeah, his hair's a lot longer now.
He looks so different.
I'm used to the 205 Live, Cedric Alexander. They got Santino Marella doing a lot of screen time.
Oh my god, it's really. This is the 3rd promo by him. And what?
Well,
The
I
4th
do like
overall?
Okay,
Is that Joe Hinton?
Oh my god.
Hendrick.
You know what's the
I do like that TNA signed Cedric Alexander because he's the perfect for like the X division. He's perfect for that type of role.
You did that. Anyway, congratulations, good luck.
Oh, they should destroy those signs as soon as someone brings them in or makes them.
You say his name, he'll appear no matter where you are.
AJ Prince. I think they've done that match at least 100 times.
Now, who are these guys commentating?
That's Tom Phillips from NXT, and that's the guy that he was with Simon Gotch in the Vaudevillains, and then he was with Russo during Russo Day. With Russo during Russo Day.
All right, we're at 10:25 and we still don't have another match.
We've had lots of talking though.
I don't want to. It's like I don't want to be pessimistic, but now I have a gimmick.
Hold on here, just in case we do it, we'll get prepared, bro. They got one more match, bro. The system's coming up, bro, and then we're gonna get the world title, bro.
Yo, why do you guys care about how much fake wrestling is in a fake wrestling show? I don't understand what the problem is.
The problem is that they've had too much talking.
Oh, the problem is it's a
I'm not a
wrestling
Moose
show.
fan. He does not appeal to me.
Moose.
But
Okay,
I don't agree though. I am like,
It has been almost 30 minutes since the last
you're
match.
righteous. Where do I know
Just to
that?
highlight.
They were in AEW for a little while.
Yeah, we were talking about them earlier. I thought
Ring of
I've
Honor.
always liked them. I thought they could have done a whole lot more with them.
Crap.
See, this group has ran its course. All right, they've been doing this group for at least 4 or 5 years now. The system.
Oh, we might have a match, Paul.
Oh
No,
my
we're getting the
god.
system first. The system's cutting the promo, then we're getting the world title match.
Oh my god. And then it's they're cutting one more promo and then it's gonna be the main event. I bet you.
And she makes me not like this.
Okay, I know these guys. I've heard of them, but I don't remember who's who.
Brian Myers used to be Kurt Hawkins in WWE.
Okay.
Then you got Eddie Edwards. He was with Davey Richards as the American Wolves.
Yeah.
Fandango.
And that's Alicia Edwards, his wife. And then that was Fandango right there beside Eddie. And then, of course, Moose
who is a
Oh,
phenomenal
her hair is
wrestler.
cute.
Which one?
Believe it
Which
or not,
one's Fandango?
believe it or not, Moose
One that's
actually
next
stayed
to
at my
Moose.
house once.
Like I've seen banger after banger starring Moose, so I'll back him all day long.
Well, see, that was like when they started doing this crossover with NXT, when him and Oba wrestled. You know, I didn't mind Moose losing, but they could have done that like 2 or 3 matches and then beating the hell out of each other.
Which
Before
one's
they made
Eddie
Moose
Edwards? That's the one with the mohawk with
Yep.
who's talking now.
Eddie Edwards, yep.
Okay, and then Fandango's the guy in the black on the other side of him.
With the Dirty Dango shirt on, yeah.
Okay,
Oh, there he got one.
and then who's the other guy that's next to Moose?
He was Kurt Hawkins in WWE.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
He was
I
Zack Ryder's
recognize
tag team partner with
God.
Edgeheads.
He looks
Oh my god.
former Fandango. I don't know who he is now, but he looks great.
JDC.
Yeah, he looks good. He doesn't. Yeah, you can't even recognize him, but he looks fantastic.
He is one of those guys that on WWE looks small, but when you see him in real life, you go, oh, you're actually 6'3", 6'4", but in the land of giants, you look tiny.
And
Like,
that's how
even
Mark
Randy
Briscoe
Orton's like
looks too in
6'6",
person.
isn't he?
Has anyone like ever watched like the early days of TNA, like the first like they were in like Huntsville, Alabama, like Nashville, like the first several shows.
Oh, it's like
Why is Eddie Edwards looking more and more like Sean
NWA
Spears every day?
TNA.
Why does Eddie Edwards what?
Looking more and more like Sean Spears every day.
Yeah,
He kind of
I
looks
didn't
like a
say that,
deflated
but-
Eddie Hall. Like if Eddie Hall just you popped him with a pin.
Her jacket's cute too. I like that.
He's
Oh,
from Boston.
This is
He
really
wears a lot
good.
of green.
You know, if I were to write out this show, you'd see how kind of lopsided it is so far because it's like promo, match, promo, match, promo, promo,
Match, promo.
match.
Hey,
And it'll
let's
end
have
with a-
another. Gee, how many promos do we need to have in a wrestling show? Let's ask creative.
And again, personally, this is all time wasting.
It is. It's a filler.
Like it's like your 3/4 of your whole show
Is Ben
is you're
Promos.
terrified to actually show professional wrestling.
my word?
So this is not. I would say for me so far, this is not suiting good for TNA.
No,
I remember
it's
watching
really
TNA.
not.
It was like when they had talking segments. It was like that's why I was mentioning like the early days of TNA. Disco Inferno. He used to do like these talking segments on the stage. He would say some of the most controversial. Like if he would have said that stuff today, he'd probably get canceled or whatever.
And he is also. I've read that he's a real piece of work too.
The
Oh,
promos
yeah,
that he
yeah,
would cut in TNA, like I forget what they were called, but like the woman like what was the woman like the interviewer in TNA Goldilocks? I believe that's what her name was.
Oh, they had a few, I think, back then. Yeah.
I think the first one was Goldilocks, and it's like they had like their own personal feud with each other, and like that was some of the most entertaining stuff, like talking segment wise. But like when I used to watch TNA, it was like they had talking segments, like for like the big matches, like Samoa Joe and Kurt Angle, or like the big stuff. But it was mostly nonstop action.
And just to drive home your point, those guys that you just said, Samoa Joe, Kurt Angle, great promos. So
Like-
it's like you're not wasting time
Yeah.
because they're entertaining doing that. But
Like,
like,
back
come
then-
on, man, we're at 10:31 and we still have only 2 matches. Like,
Like back then,
not
TNA was
good, man.
and back then TNA was stacked with good talent. Like they had a lot of good, like people that could talk and wrestle. Like nowadays, like they might have.
Oh. I did see on Squared Circle on Reddit that apparently there was a bunch of visa issues or something, so that might explain why
Nope, I'm gonna take you. Come on.
it's sort of lopsided. Here's another promo.
He's the owner of.
You're okay.
Why the hell do they have you here,
Oh my God, Paul! Why are they talking?
Dixie Carter?
No, I think if I can try to find the thing, but apparently there was a problem at the border or something.
Are they booing her?
What the hell?
I'm on Reddit now. I'm gonna quickly go through and see if I can find
And keep in mind, she's the one that said AJ Styles is not that good and isn't worth the money. She's the one that said that.
Okay, this is what I have. This is a tweet from Sean Rossap of Fightful.com. There are some visa issues affecting some TNA talent and employees that couldn't make it in time for tonight's show. So that I will give some credit, could explain why the show looks the way it does.
But were they not booing Dixie Carter just then when she was coming out? It sounded like they were booing her.
Oh yeah,
Didn't they put her in the Hall of Fame a couple of years ago?
Yeah, they did.
One of the
Bully Ray, here we go.
people
that
I've ever talked to on Busted Open is Bully Ray.
Dixie Carter is the reason that TNA got to the point it is. She's
She's the reason what, Connor, that TNA what?
That TNA sunk to the freaking ground. Like, she's the sole reason why.
Hey, and she's also hugging the person who can almost also be blamed for doing that.
Well, that's
now, there's something right now because he put her through a table years ago.
Main event Bully Ray is not something I'll be paying money for. Let's just say.
Like, in Dixie Carter's own words, she said that AJ Styles was not that good of a talent.
Well, that's why TNA went downhill after her daddy bought it.
And she said that he was not worth the money and he wasn't that good. And
okay, now I'm under a Shutter Scratch Kitchen. Jason, do they have those by you?
What's that?
Shutter Scratch Kitchen?
No, they do not. I'm on a Provostech commercial right now.
I have a UPS commercial on.
Can everybody that's watching TNA do me one big favor and never support Wrestle Talk? Can we just all get on the same page?
Is that the people from like the UK or whatever?
And anybody who ever does that at a show, don't support them.
I've heard of them a few times. Like on,
I hate when people do it. I think it's the stupidest thing.
I don't know too much about them, but I used to watch them like years ago on YouTube.
I'm actively not going to support you if you do that.
Well, okay. Well,
Wrestle Talk?
What did they do? Like I haven't kept up with them in years.
Oh, because the sign behind the announcers, someone keeps flashing it and holding it.
Wrestle Talk.
Yeah, I think that's annoying because
do y'all still have something on TV?
Yeah, I got Santana.
Capital One commercial.
I've got the AMC. We'll be right back.
Santana's doing his yeet, which is a wrestler comes to the ring from the crowd for entrance.
All right, well, being we're all on something different, we can do this real quick. We got the question at the bottom of the screen. What is the best TNA match of all time? That's a loaded question, a long time to go look at.
That's
now
very
we have to
loaded.
go back and look at them all to tell you what I thought. But to me, it would be one of the ultimate X matches. But I will say, in my so humble opinion, still the greatest spot in TNA history and in professional wrestling almost was Elix Skipper prime time doing that Frankensteiner off the top of the cage when he walked.
I have a match that is the best TNA match of all time, and it's not one of those controversial ones. It is, if it's not the best, it's in the top
Mick
5.
Foley versus Ric Flair, right?
No, AJ, Christopher Daniels, Samoa Joe 3-way match.
I was about to say that.
It's as much as I want to make a joke, that one, if it's not the best ever, it's in that top 5 for sure.
I think like that put all three of those guys on the map, really. Like, and that put TNA on the map, like that single map.
Look how far we can take this.
I would probably say that is the best match, the best TNA match of all time. AJ, Joe, and Daniels. I mean, TNA's had a lot of great matches, but I think that one to most people, like that is what they have. Like when they think of TNA, the best match, that's what they go to.
Well, that's going to be the work rate match. That's going to be the Brett perfect 5-star work rate. I'm trying to think of another one that might be up there, but it's really hard to find that.
My only memories of TNA are VKM, Beer Money, Gunner.
No, see, I got AMW. AMW is my favorite tag. I like Triple X as well.
And
The best TNA match of all time is the electrified cage match.
And the wolves, and that's it.
Like,
And the beautiful people.
now, some
Um,
things TNA did was like WCW, like some of the things that they would do, like the electric cage or whatever.
So you know what's funny is that's something that people have done on the indies. That's something that people have done in Japan for years. They just don't get that same level of showmanship, and it just comes off as horrible.
Well, like a close second, or maybe the best, is I know Kurt Angle and Samoa Joe had a lot of great matches. It was when Samoa Joe was undefeated and Kurt Angle had just came in. And at that time, it was like Samoa Joe and AJ Styles were like the two biggest names outside of WWE. Like those were the two main names. I can't remember which match it was, but Kurt Angle and Samoa Joe, they had quite a few good matches. But
those were some.
But there was one match in particular that it felt like it could be the greatest TNA match of all time. But they had like 3 or 4 matches, so it's hard to. I can't remember which one I'm thinking.
And I know Booker had his working boots on when he went to TNA because some of those guys didn't. But I feel like Booker's such a good worker that even if he's being lazy, he's still phenomenal. He's like Kurt Hennig in that way.
His commentary, though, is just... Please mute him.
I used to like his commentary when Trick Williams was in NXT, but it's just...
Are we just doing it to like top moments of TNA? Because Booker T announcing his own run-in and attack, that's arguably one. Booker T kicks him in the face. Booker T punches him in the face. Booker T kicks him again. That's up there with the woo off with Ric Flair and Jay Lethal.
Oh, another good match is now this is like a 2004. Like it was when Sting was in TNA. It was Jeff Jarrett and Sting. The one I'm talking about is the one where Sting uses the guitar over Sting on Sting, and then Sting like no sells it. He does the whole thing on his chest. Like that is probably one of the most iconic. At least that spot was one of the most iconic TNA moments of all time.
The other one I remember is Aces and Eights, but I don't remember who was in that group.
Oh God, that got to be like the NWO.
Yeah, Bully Ray was in there.
Bully Ray was the leader. Had Devon.
Yeah,
had Garrett Bischoff and Les Briscoe.
I think D'Lo Brown was in it.
D'Lo was in it. Taz, the non-wrestling but announcer version of Taz, was in it.
It was basically.
That's honestly the very last year that I remember watching TNA was with Aces and Eights. And it might have been, maybe 2008, 2009, because our cable, when we had cable, the channel was dropped, so we had no way of watching TNA.
No,
and we kind of lost interest in it, actually.
Now, was AJ Styles and Aces and Eights, or was he like going against?
No, he did Fortune with Ric Flair.
That's right, Fortune. Because like they were trying to make him like the next Ric Flair.
I remember Fortune.
Because I remember like AJ Styles, like he kind of had like blonde highlights in his hair.
Yeah, they brought him out one time, like after he joined, and they brought him out in a robe and those highlights. I said, "What the fuck have they went?"
Does anybody have commercials?
I've got some commercial.
I have the Royal Match commercial.
I believe that's when
Connor, do you have any commercials? Paul, do you have commercials, or do you have wrestling?
I have
commercial.
Royal Match, yeah, that's what I got.
I've got an AMC TV show, I guess. AMC Plus original.
That's what I'm at now.
Royal Match. Download now.
But I think like
as a stock commercial.
Like I know people want to like NXT put women's wrestling on that, but really like the Knockouts division put the women on a more serious level first, because TNA. Like they treated their women a lot more seriously than what WWE did at the time. At least.
Where is this show?
Well, while we're on commercial, Paul and I were talking about this earlier. What do y'all think of the venue trouble for the Royal Rumble?
Of the what?
The Royal Rumble.
Who's gonna win?
Okay, I have wrestling.
Make a long story short, I know the match is starting, but Saudi is building this big old brand new stadium that's supposed to do the Rumble, and it'll host Mania in a couple of years when it comes back. But it's not done yet. It's not close to being done. Everything else at the moment in Saudi is booked up for that weekend. So, are they going to have to tuck tail and bring it back here and try to sell tickets in a week? Well, still waiting to see what happens with that, with all the venue trouble they seem to be having over there in Saudi. And I have no sympathy for them because they did it to their damn selves by going over there.
Yeah.
Well, and then there's rumor that WWE is up for sale again. Did anyone hear that? Or maybe I misread something. I have no idea.
I've seen that in several places too. Huh? They say TKO is bleeding money, that they're like in the red bad.
And it's ridiculous ticket prices because, like I said, we were going to go to Elimination Chamber, but they wanted at the United Center, they wanted like 300 for like 300 level seats.
WWE is like, I think people forget sometimes, but it's like as a scale of a company, they're massive. Because just the wrestlers between NXT and WWE, you have how many hundreds of wrestlers? People in the performance center, trainees, you know what I mean? Like,
Well,
that's
now
only just the talent.
and something else they've got a hold of too.
And then we got to talk about cameramen, sound production, set production, crane operators. Like, we're talking massive, massive operation. I could see it not necessarily always making money. Especially if it's a TV.
You talk about all that production, and I know I'm probably in the minority with this, but man, I miss the old school Southern shit that like when the match would start, like right before, like when the guys got out there before the announcements, the announcing of it and the bell ringing, they would bring the lights down and the spotlight would be on the ring, so the whole crowd's dark and you could have the big spotlight on the ring. I loved it.
Yeah. Okay, so here's
that NWA, didn't they, Jason, back in the day?
What's that?
Didn't they do that for NWA back in the day?
They did it all up. They did that all up until Bischoff took over.
They did that at NXT for a bit too, so it is something that people do enjoy seeing.
I think Triple H brought it back on the main roster a little bit, but after a while they just stopped doing it.
Okay, so here's a perfect example of how I would fix things. So TNA does not need a television ramp. You don't need a ramp that says your name on it. I know it's a very WWE thing, but it's like you don't need it. Put that money elsewhere. Like,
they had
promoting your show and getting fans.
They had that ramp long before they started partnering with WWE. So.
No, I understand that, but it's like that would be something I'd go. You don't need that. That's like, how does a ramp put over our opponents, like, or put over our people? Like, we can go with a different purchase.
I have a Star Wars commercial on.
They got a lot of commercials on the show.
They really do.
This is really, really, really annoying.
We just got back from commercial. Like they took a commercial. They started the match for about 3 minutes. They were back on commercial.
And this might sound foreign, but the wrestling I watch doesn't have commercials. Like, this is like pulling my hair out of my head. Like, every 2 minutes is another 5-minute commercial. It's like YouTube. Actually.
I know, it's getting annoying.
I really wish that someone would like buy TNA from AMC, like, and actually make TNA like it used to be. And like, you can't make everything like the way it used to be, but at least that TNA feeling. Like, you watch TNA in like the 2000s, like it's very different than what this is. Like, this feels like to me a WWE and a TNA show in the one.
This to me feels exactly like a WWE show. Like,
yeah, I mean, it feels like a version of NXT.
It's, you know what this is like? It's when your friend gives you 2 different beers and is trying to argue why they taste completely different. And as you sip them, you're like, this is literally just the exact same beer. I don't know what you're talking about.
TNA's got some good talent. It's just tonight
Ninja Transfers makes it so.
See, this is what I was saying earlier. They needed something like production wise to stand out, like a
Save 20% right
Lucha Underground, the way they shoot things, the way their tone is, smaller arena. They have a band in the crowd. Like, just little things that make you go, oh, you're completely different than everything else on television. This is just Ring of Honor, NXT, SmackDown. You know, like,
But they should bring back the tunnel, like maybe not exactly like the way they used to have it, but maybe a revisioned tunnel of like the way they used to have. Like I think like they had one tunnel for the heels and one tunnel for the baby faces, but maybe like revamp it.
This might be a silly idea. You need to get older cameras that have a different look to them. So that way when you see your show and they see the other person's show, it's like, oh, you can tell instantly that they're different.
And like that's what TNA used to be good about. Is like doing things that were very, very different. Like nobody had done a tunnel as their entrance before TNA did it. Like TNA used to do a lot of different camera angles and stuff. Like back in the day, but this is a very different TNA than the TNA I'm talking about.
This is how I'll phrase it right now. If the show we're watching tried stuff and it failed, I would give it less slack because I'd say, well, you're trying stuff, and I don't want to poo-poo someone who's trying to be creative. I never want to do that. But this has been like the opposite of that. Let's do the most basic thing we can get away with doing. Our minimum viable product. It is 10:50 and we're on the third match of 2 hours. Like this is
I'm in one of the groups right now and somebody posted so I heard the second rate WWE developmental clown show TNA somehow got a TV deal. It will be on tonight. Won't be watching. I've got more important things to do, like watch paint dry and grass grow. I give it 6 months before they get canceled and bought by WWE anyway. Plus Tony Khan just signed all their best guys, so you couldn't pay me enough to watch that mess. The comments to that thread, I am just dying.
I want to be nice to them. Like, I want more companies, but like, there's nothing here so far to make me go, wow, that's really different or good or
exactly. And somebody
I'm kind of there with you, but I'm trying to give it to the ending of the show to see what I think.
Oh no, that's fair. I'm just saying, like, so far this is what I'm feeling. We'll see if the last 10 minutes changes.
I don't know how you guys feel, but Paul and I were talking about it. Is, for them to be successful, this is not a shot at him, but they got to take that belt off Frankie Kazarian. Not enough people know who he is.
And the ones that do know
who he is do not view him as a world champion.
Like Eddie Edwards.
They never should have took it off of Mike Santana and like to begin with. Like I like Kazarian, but they should have they didn't keep it on Santana no time. I don't feel like.
I feel like I hate to do this, but if you're getting your first television show, gimmick it. Give it to someone who, while not your best wrestler, is like your biggest look at me. And then that way you have this big moment on your first show of like, this person doesn't deserve it, and the babyface comes out. But
is anybody known to be a star who's in TNA that's known in TNA?
But you don't necessarily have to be a big star.
If I wanted to push my homegrown talent and just whatever to go that way with it, then they need to put that belt on Moose. I mean, he looks like $1 million.
Yeah.
He's good on the mic. He's charismatic, and he looks like he could just beat your ass.
He's been putting on great matches for 3-4 years now. Like great matches.
Isn't Kazarian like 60 years old?
No,
he's been around since the 2000s. So
at least like a 24 he's probably in his mid to late 40s, I would say. But I'll tell you,
like anyone who watched TNA in the 2000s would think that Kazarian's a TNA Hall of Famer.
Well, I remember when he started with Frankie, the future Kazarian.
Yeah. Like if you watch TNA back then, you'd think that he's a TNA legend. But if
he is 48 years old.
Like he's good for 48, so he
looks great. Though. I mean, he's
Anybody remember who he's married to?
Isn't it Tracy?
Tracy Brooks. There you go.
Yeah.
Because she used to wrestle too in TNA.
Yep. Miss Brooks.
No, like he's very good for his age, and
Yeah, no, he looks great.
If you watch TNA back in the day, you think that he's a legend, but you're trying to grow your audience. So a lot of these people probably have not watched TNA from those days.
Who else? Speaking of
Santana's been
Kazarian,
another one
also
rumored to go to WWE here shortly. So
who
I'm
is?
not sure where they're going here.
Who is going to WWE?
Santana's been rumored to be headed to the WWE like Joe
And
Hendry.
here's an observation, because WWE has been suffering from this for a while, where, okay, so let's put the belt on Kaz, because that's the guy that's the highest chance that people are going to remember him from who we have. But if like a returning fan goes, oh, I remember watching this 20 years ago. Who's the champion? Oh, it's Kaz.
It's still Kaz.
Let's say, for example, Randy Orton. Oh, but that was who was champion 24 years ago. Like, is it just the same people? And that might shy people away. Well, I don't want to watch the same guys I did 20 years ago. I don't want to watch that show. Because I've heard that observation about
like
the Fed.
oh God, Mike Santana's amazing.
That's a nice code red, to be fair.
Like, I also feel like that WWE is probably going to sign away all their top names. Like Mike Santana is probably the main one that they had that's like close to homegrown, because he did start out first in TNA before AEW.
Oh, Santana. Oh, that guy's been around forever. He's been on all the indies.
Yeah, like he's like the only one that they don't. That he's like because like they signed Joe Hendry, they signed Jordan Grace, and they've signed a lot of other names that they've had in the past. And AEW's existence really hurt TNA because AEW took a lot of their names. So.
Well, yes, Paul and I have talked about that about how long will New Japan continue to work with AEW, because every time they get a big star, he signs them.
Paul, when I was at hold on, I almost said All Out World's End during Takeshita and Okada, all I was thinking about was you.
Well, since we're talking about
WWE
has
really
interest, from what I've heard. No, I'm going off of we're talking about WWE has had interest topic.
Oh, that was nice.
They've had interest in the Knockout Boys, who they just got back. They've had interest in Clark Connors and Gabe Kidd and David
Gabe Kidd I saw.
Their whole roster has eyes on
them
them.
a couple days ago.
But I think New Japan has these guys fairly tight under contract. I don't know how like loosey-goosey they are, but it's like part of me is just like, I think people are just pooping on New Japan because they're sort of the TNA in the global landscape of like, you guys gotta get your stuff together.
Okay, Kazarian is kind of boring.
Oh, he's been boring.
I don't know. Then again, I say everybody's boring. Paul, you're boring. Just kidding.
What's Kazarian's gimmick?
Insurance salesman?
Well,
good point.
Here's a little something. Here's a little trivia for you, Paul.
Uh-huh.
What was when his original TNA run? I only need one more thing for my bingo card, by the way.
Ref bump.
What was Frankie Kazarian's finish back in his original TNA run, and what was it called?
Oh, I can't remember. I want to say it was like a cutter, a Kaz cutter or something.
Nope. Anybody else know? Well, remember his gimmick was Frankie the Future Kazarian.
Oh no.
Oh gee, I know. I can picture it, but I can't.
It was a Spanish fly.
I'm not thinking right now because I'm watching wrestling.
And they called it the flux capacitor.
That's terrible.
Which one?
It was a Spanish fly off the top rope, and they called it the flux capacitor.
I want to say someone else had a move called the flux capacitor, but I want to say that was Kushida, and I want to say it was not a Spanish fly off the top.
I feel like this is just.
Oh, good grief.
Oh,
Come on.
Like,
Roll out and blade, Mike. Roll out and
Oh.
blade. Let's get it going.
there it is right there.
yeah.
He's gonna
Again,
shoot
what
out.
is Kazarian's gimmick? An insurance salesman.
Come on, lights go out. Give me somebody.
Please give us
I'm gonna need a
somebody.
little something more than this.
He knows
I know.
so the whole thing. Oh, golly. Wait, was it a 3 or did he?
No, it's 2.
The referee's arm went down for a 3.
Oh,
It went down for a 3.
No celly spotted. Oh, rip
That was
towards it.
sweet.
That's
Oh,
a
that was good.
burning hand, or what does he call it? Roaring elbow. There it is.
There's a lot of
Roaring area.
miscommunication going on right now.
that was Masato Tanaka used to use that one back in the day.
Oh, that's a great. Like if you got a big swing for it, that roaring lariat. Oh, oh, that's his finish. That's great. Nice and simple.
That was a little off time in there.
Oh yeah.
That's what I was saying.
Oh, good grief.
That's what I was saying. There's a lot of miscommunication there.
Boom. So what
Well-
did you need for your bingo card there, Jason?
A figure 4.
Oh,
Yeah, Frankie Kazarian sometimes does
Okay.
it before.
yeah, the close. I still need, no matter which direction I go, I need at least 2.
Come on, Dolph.
So-
Come out and call your shot.
Oh, is this the last minute? This might be just it.
Yeah, possibly.
Happy ending for the first episode.
Who is the guy with the TNA hat on?
That's their president, Carlos Silva.
Yo, he looks like a spy.
Okay, that name. Yeah, his name sounds familiar. I've seen his name before. I know who.
He was on
Name,
that.
like name face. Okay.
And for those of you who are
Okay,
not
I'm
watching,
intrigued by this
Mike
gentleman.
Santana, formerly of LAX, formerly of
Mhm.
the Inner Circle, and whatever else they've been called, is the new TNA World Champion.
Okay, gentlemen, I'm intrigued by this now. But are they going to do better ratings tonight than the other show last night?
Well, I just turned
I
on
will say
Reddit.
for last
and-
night. Wait, I'm sorry.
No, I just saw a post now on Reddit. There's somebody very out of left field that TNA is bringing in. So I don't know if that's. I guess it's not going to be tonight, but that was a post that was just
If
posted.
it's
on
out of
Reddit.
left field, it's probably Austin. Now, it could be Austin Aries because they've talked about
I've always liked him.
I've always
Well,
liked Austin Aries.
apparently, people in companies did not. So
I know he said
And what
that.
did he do to people that offended? I don't get it.
I think the last straw for everybody in the company was, God, who was he wrestling when he did that shit? When
He
he,
wrestled against Johnny Impact in TNA.
yeah, when he took the 3 count, but then no sold the move and just got up and walked right out.
He got straight up, flipped off the commentary table, and left.
Yep.
So
Are we talking about
Really?
Austin
Okay.
Aries?
Yeah.
now
He did that in the Fed too.
at
At a
he said
Mania,
that
I
he wanted-
think.
He said that he wanted to come back and in his career in TNA. 'Cause that's pretty
Right
much
the wrongs.
Yeah, like that. Like that's pretty much where he began, where he got big at, right his wrongs. But I don't know if that's actually gonna happen. I mean, come out of left field. That's someone that he's not really doing too much in wrestling right now.
I
No,
feel like
because-
if it's a wrestler that might not be too out of like left field, so I could see them picking up someone like really odd just for being a namesake.
Ric Flair.
Well, hey,
already
WCW
under
had
some
Dennis
kind of contract,
Rodman. They could get a similar name. Well, I just mean to modern wrestling, and that'd be out of left field.
They could sign you. That'd be out of left field.
What if they signed I Show Speed? I don't know.
Oh God.
He's still under contract with Logan Paul, I believe. Not WWE, but Logan Paul.
You
Oh,
also, like at some point in wrestling, everyone in WWE is going to be like YouTubers. So it's going to be Show Speed, Mr. Beast. Like that's what it's going to come down to eventually.
Well, talking about last night. I mean, last night had some good points to it. The main event was really good with MJF and Bandito. They had Chris Statlander take the pinfall to Tekla in a 6-woman tag match to set up that world title shot. There was some good points last night. Did either one of y'all watch Dynamite last night?
No, haven't got to it yet.
The one spot that I just went, what the hell was that? Was Paul and I were talking about it. They had the 4-way for the tag titles, right? And then Mark Davis and Jake something. I forgot what they're calling him there, but they won. No big deal. Well, here comes FTR out to the. It's fine. Bring them out to the ramp. They're your next challengers. It's fine. But FTR, who's been playing the chicken shit heels for the better part of a year and a half with Stokely, go right down to the ring and then start fighting them. I'm like, why? They didn't do nothing to you. There wasn't no backstage attack. It was just they won a 4-way to be your next challengers. I just shook my head and walked away and then came back and finished the show. But I mean, I'll tell you, for me tonight was it had some good points. It had some bad points. I agree with Paul. It was way too much talking. We could have had some more wrestling. If you're going to be called total nonstop action, then I'd like to see total nonstop action. WWE has cornered the market on promos as far as a 3-hour show, and you get 45 minutes if you're lucky of wrestling, and the rest is promos. So I would like to see them go in a different direction. But in the grand scheme of things, to me, it wasn't any better, but it wasn't any worse than what we're seeing right now. And if they can make it on AMC, yes, they've been a place for a long time that people could go if they couldn't find a job or they got released from somewhere as a name to, for TNA to broadcast, hey, we've now got Nick Nemeth, formerly Dolph Ziggler, whatever. And if they can make it, up next into the next tier, and become, a big 3 instead of a big 2, it's good for the business. The boys and girls not only have a place to go, but they got a place to go to make that AEW, WWE money. So that's my take on it.
Like all they got to do is watch old TNA stuff, and then there's your total nonstop action.
I agree wholeheartedly.
I mean, I didn't get to see all of it. I know AJ Styles opened the show, I believe. So, like, I guess that was their big attraction to get everybody to watch. Because when you think of TNA, you think of AJ Styles.
Well, I will say for that, if y'all missed it, go back and watch it. It's not that he cut that good of a promo, but he came out to his "Get Ready to Fly" from back in the day in TNA. And that warmed my old heart a little bit when instead of coming out to his WWE theme, he came out to his TNA music.
I believe he did that when he came. Wasn't it last year he appeared on TNA and he came out to his old music.
So what did you think, Danny? I know you didn't see it all, but what did you think of what you saw?
It brought back memories of watching TNA, like 20 years ago for me, because that's about the time that I was watching it. It was nice to connect with some familiar faces, and it was nice to see some of my favorites, and I just kind of like was watching some TNA like within the last year here and there briefly. So I was familiar with like the names like The System, but I'm really curious to see where the next like 6 weeks and even 6 months are going to go, because there is again the one post in the group that I was reading where and I'm not going to name names, but he was just like, he's not going to watch this, but it's going to be interesting to see where the ratings are compared to Dynamite, being that they're fairly independent promotions, but then also to do a lot of the WWE their hardcore fan base. Do they know that TNA got that television deal? And are they the ones that are going to be tuning in? Like if you're watching NXT, are you going to be tuning into AEW?
Yeah, I haven't looked up NXT's ratings lately, but I did hear a breakdown of the Raw ratings, and they said that Netflix was happy with it. They're getting about 6 million views a week. 5 million of them coming on the day of the broadcast, and the other million coming throughout the week. People watching, where you can go back and watch it. And that sounds great in today's market, but when you realize Netflix is worldwide, Los Angeles has more than 6 million people. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, how good is that? I don't know. But if Netflix is happy, then I guess that's all that matters. All right, Paul, you ready? I'm about to give you the stage, man.
It's like I can't do a promo, but I can definitely share my feelings.
What are they teaching you? What are they teaching you, man? You can't cut a promo
Well,
yet.
no, it's 11 p.m. in my house, so I'm not my promos I yell, but I will say,
gotcha.
Without freaking out, that's not good. It's not really good. Now I know I'm coming from a different point of view because just seeing any sort of commercials in my wrestling show is sort of baffling. But that was like 2/3 commercials, and 2/3 of the 1/3 was promos. So 1/3 of the 1/3 was wrestling on a wrestling show. I'm going to say this politely. I won't continue to watch. That will be my call. Now, did I think it was bad, poor, like damaging? No. But is mediocre, like damaging? Kind of. Like they're sitting in this kind of spot where, like, yeah, you're developmental of a developmental. We have all these different American wrestling shows that look sort of exactly the same. Like the ramp is on the left. You know what I mean? Like we all have these. So I don't think it did enough tonight to go, hey, what's that? What's that over there?
Yeah, they could have taken getting this big, I don't expect them to do this per se, but one of the things they did when they started years ago was, the 6-sided ring, the X division, the Ultimate X. They dared to be different. And so you didn't get any of that tonight. But I will say for me, I won't cut it off after 1 week because I'm hopeful for them. I think another company is good for the wrestling business. I've said it before. I'll say it again. AEW and WWE they have way too many people under contract and you don't never see them.
And you don't use half of them.
Well, exactly. And if you do, like Tony's real famous, at least he has been in the past, that you'll see somebody for 2 months and they disappear for 12. And then all of a sudden they're back, and it's like,
and they even have both Ring of Honor and AEW. So it's like, how do you get lost between two rosters?
And so, but for me, like I said, it wasn't any worse than what we've been seeing from different places. But like I said, TNA they did their damnedest to stick out and be different. In the course,
I would say what this needed was at least somewhere on the card big stupid multi-man match, 4-on-4, 3-on-3. Get these guys in, do some flippy doos, have a little bit of fun. It can be 5 minutes, that's fine. But let's see some total nonstop action.
Right. So like the strong energy of the system. Are they heels, faces?
It depends on the week. They're kind of in between.
Okay, so
they'll beat up anybody.
Okay, so give me like somebody I would know to compare them to. Who would you compare them to, like faction wise?
That's a good question.
Wait, so why did you have them out there to do a promo? Why didn't you have them have a match?
For TNA faithful, the reason they brought him out for a promo is because Fandango JDC, I don't know how much of it you're listening to, he did announce his retirement. He didn't do the whole Cena farewell tour, but he did announce about 6 months ago that this was going to his last. He was coming up on he was retiring at the end of the year. So but it's January, so whenever Genesis is, they've announced that was going to be his last match. He's fighting Eddie Edwards as a friend. I'm sure that there'll be some kind of shenanigans going on, and he's supposed to name his replacement in the system next week. So that was the premise of that promo. That one I did get. For me, for TNA, if I was wanting to, like I said earlier, get somebody over, they had very credible champions back in the day as world champion. Samoa Joe, they had AJ Styles, of course, then Kurt Angle came in.
Kurt
And,
Angle.
they had very recognizable.
They had James Storm, didn't they, for a while as a champion?
They did. Bobby Roode won the title for a while, and he was really good.
Oh God, I loved Bear Money.
I see. I like Beer Money, and they were actually in ring a better tag team than AMW. I liked AMW's look when they first started, but that was just me.
AMW, America's Most Wanted.
Yep, it was James Storm and Chris Harris, the Wildcat Chris Harris, and the Cowboy James Storm.
I don't remember Chris Harris.
You can find them online, but
okay.
Yeah, they like I said, TNA really dared to be different tonight. We got, like Paul says, just same old American wrestling show. And if it was up to me moving forward, unless you had some big name that you were bringing in that everybody would know, to have Frankie Kazarian or Mike Santana as your world champion is not going to draw in the casual fan and make the casual fan watch again. Moose would, put Moose out there to be a Moose. I mean, let the man do what he does. And, you could push him to the moon, and that's what I would do and start trying to get some other people over.
Any idea who you think is going to be whoever's replacement in the system?
No, I haven't. I haven't even looked at it. I didn't look at a whole lot leading in tonight. I didn't want to see any spoilers or anything that got leaked. Possibly the only thing that I saw that I knew for a fact was going to happen. I knew that the match I'd seen was Kazarian and Santana for the title, and then I saw AJ Styles was going to be on there because they made a big deal out of that. That was the only two things that I knew for a fact were going to happen tonight. And they had some NXT there, but it wasn't as overloaded as I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. It was very minimal. I feared it could have been worse with the amount of WWE people. Like, okay, they did have Bully Ray, but Bully Ray, with all respect, is a TNA person. Yeah. So, okay. All right. Not, could have been worse, but not too bad.
Well, overall, yeah, that's what, that's kind of is what it is. We ran some late night tonight. So, yeah. And, for anybody in Danny's neck of the woods, and I will make sure I put this in the chat next time. Anytime I post a time, it is Eastern Standard Time. But yeah, I'll give them a couple more weeks. I mean, especially just because I'm hopeful. I want them to succeed. So I'll give them a couple more weeks to see what it does, and if it flops, it flops. And I don't know how many years they're signed for with AMC. So. And you never know what those TV deals consist of, what out the networks might have, the buyout deal, how much it would be. So, you never know. And, and if you want to watch some stuff this weekend, Paul, they're calling for snow. So I'll be sitting around doing a whole lot of nothing. So if you want to jump on Discord and introduce me to some more of your culture stuff, because I'll be getting your weather up here. You got any snow, Danny?
No, but I'm working from home tomorrow because it was freezing yesterday to where I had frostbite.
Ooh.
Wearing fingerless gloves and cleaning off your windshield, not a good idea. We are supposed to be having at least 3 inches starting. I don't know if it's started yet, but yeah, I'm working from home tomorrow.
And what day do your Bears play this week?
My Bears play on Sunday. They play the Rams. Mr. Shakeups, just FYI, what happened on Saturday? The Bears beat the Packers. And you can see it. I'm still laughing at you, but I love you.
Well, I told you Steve's a Packer fan too. And I texted him. I'm like, did y'all forget to come out for the second half? And am I missing something here, bro? And he's like, I won't talk about it. So.
Hi, yeah. Steve. Enjoy watching my Bears beat the Rams and move it to the next round on Sunday.
Well, the Rams are one of those teams, man. It's a week-to-week thing. One week they look like they're going to win 35-7 in the Super Bowl, and then the next week it's like, okay, I was wrong. But I appreciate you guys coming on. I enjoyed watching it. Like I said, it could have been better, could have been worse. But we got a third player now that they got AMC money. They didn't get what Tony did, and they didn't get what the WWE did, but they got more money to pay around. They got. And like I said, we might jump on Discord. If we do, I'll ask Paul how to post it so you can find us on there. And Danny, thank you for joining us. Enjoy your football game this weekend. Paul,
will.
it's a pleasure as always, my up north friend. So for Danny, for Paul, I am Jason, and we'll see you next time.